Muhlenburg and Moravian respectively, set to bring you all the action, color, and thrills of the best in Eastern college football through the remote facilities of WLVT-TV, Channel 39 Public Television in the Lehigh Valley. Well, today, of course, it's Muhlenburg and Moravian, both teams with records of 6-2 in the traditional big game of the season for both teams. Now let's take a look at the skill positions that you're going to be seeing in action today. First, a look at Muhlenburg College and Rob Shue. Rob?
Okay, thank you very much, Wells. At wide receiver, a junior from Krugers, New York, Tom Newman, 5'11", 185 pounds. At the flanker position, a junior from Emmaus, Pennsylvania, Jeff Andrews. At fullback, a junior from Wyckoff, New Jersey, Angus McDonald. At halfback, a junior from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Chris Peichel. And the quarterback is a senior from Common Station, New Jersey, Peter Broas. And that's the Muhlenburg offense this afternoon, Shell.
Okay, thank you, Rob. And in just a moment, we'll take a look at the Moravian College group. Joe Gooman. Joe?
Thank you, Shell. We have Dave Bianco, senior wide receiver, Glen Rock, New Jersey. Number 2 is Jim Lasco from Bethlehem, PA, wide receiver. 23 is Jim Joseph, running back. 28, Jim Dana, running back. And the quarterback, 14, Scott Reinhardt, the offensive power for the Greyhounds.
Okay, and it's a beautiful day for football, and most of the time when we've been bringing you the Muhlenburg-Moravian game, the wind has been howling. In some cases, we've even had snow flying around the field, but today it's a very comfortable day. Temperature about in the mid-50s. Good crowd across the way, which will be, of course, the Muhlenburg home side of the field, and we are over on the Moravian side. Both Muhlenburg and Moravian come into this game with records of 6-2. Moravian in the Middle Atlantic Conference, and of course Muhlenburg in the Centennial Conference. And as you look at the records of these two teams, I can't recall in all the years that we've covered Moravian-Muhlenburg football that both teams together have come in with such exceptional records. Sometimes it's been one school, sometimes it's been the other, but this year they've both been exceptional. Muhlenburg, a season's record of 6-2. As you look down their schedule, you can see how they've done in the competition that they've faced thus far this year. Moravian also a season's record of 6-2. After an opening loss to Widener, 30-21, Moravian came back, won the next 3 in a row against Juniata, Delaware Valley, and Wilkes, and then defeated Susquehanna before losing to Lycoming, and then winning the next 2 in a row against Albright and Uppsala. Now with some more pregame color for the Muhlenburg Mules, here's Rob Shue. Rob.
Thank you very much, Shell. Mules come in with a 6-2 record. A win this afternoon would make them 7-2, one better than last year, and their best record in 4 years. And what better way to do it than against the Moravian Greyhounds? And an interesting note is that both Muhlenburg and Moravian have a chance to go to the playoffs. It's the ECAC playoffs. And Muhlenburg, Moravian, Widener, and Salisbury State are all being considered for the spot, who they will play either St. John's or Kings Point. That game will be next week. The site will be determined later in the week. So there is something on the line this afternoon, a playoff spot in ECAC. And Coach Kirchenheiter says he'd rather go to the NC2A tournament, but he'd like to go anywhere. Any exposure helps. So the Mules have something on the line here, as well as the Greyhounds.
Okay, Joe, and of course this has been an exceptional year for the Moravian College team. And what's been your view on the season thus far?
Well, Shell, the Greyhounds have certainly had a very successful season. It wouldn't certainly be fitting to end the season with a victory over Muhlenburg, the arch rival. Rob already noted the other incentive, the possibility of a playoff berth. The Greyhounds have really played very, very well all season long. They've been very fortunate. One unfortunate incident, of course, losing their quarterback, their #1 quarterback, in the very first game of the season. But Scott Reinhardt stepped in there and has done an outstanding job. I think it's going to be an excellent game. It's difficult to judge, Shell. Neither teams have played any common opponents. But Muhlenburg has certainly has scored points. They've put on 46 points against Dickinson, 52 against Lebanon Valley. The Greyhounds have an excellent offense. I think it's going to be an exciting game. Like I said, it's difficult to make any decision. In years past, there was always common opponents that you could base some judgment on as to how the outcome of the game might be. But without that, I think it's going to be an exciting game. It always is. There's always the rivalry in stake, and plus the incentive with the possible playoff berth.
In just a moment, we're going to have the introduction of the seniors. And down below us, I believe the teams are, you can see down at the far western end of the field, the Muhlenburg College team underneath the western goal post, and then the Moravian will be out momentarily. The officials for today's football game will be John Ruffino of Temple will be the referee. Charlie Carr of Susquehanna will be the umpire. Tom Davidson of Bucknell, the linesman. Vince Bocanfuso of Rutgers will be the line judge, and Bill Simpson of LaSalle will be the back judge. This, of course, the 34th meeting in the Muhlenberg-Moravian series and the 29th in what's considered the modern era. Moravian has won 18, Muhlenberg 14, and we've had one tie. And now down below us, the introduction of the seniors, and we will introduce them to you as they come out onto the field.
As my main director attention to the field, we'll introduce the starting Muhlenberg offensive players. Starting at tight end.
Now, right now, the starting offensive team for Muhlenberg.
At left tackle, number 75, Steve Sonkin, a sophomore.
Sophomore Steve Sonkin, a one tackle shell. We'll catch it up here. At one guard is a freshman, Dave Fun, 6 feet, 215 pounds, out of Ridgewood, New Jersey. At center is a junior, 6'2", 225 pounds, from New City, New York, Tom Mullane.
At center, number 54, Tom Mullane, a junior, 6'2", 200.
At the other guard position is a junior. He's 6'1", 205 pounds, from Rutherford, New Jersey, Ray Gweiler. And at right tackle is number 70, a sophomore, 6'2", 245 pounds, from Glenbrook, New Jersey, Art Kopaz.
Number 70, Art Kopaz, a sophomore, 6'2", 245 pounds, from Greenbrook, New York.
Those is the starting lineup offense for Muhlenberg College.
The flankers, number 24, a 5'11", 165-pound junior out of Mayes, Jeff Andrews. At split end is number 14, Tom Newman, a 5'11", 185-pound junior out of Krugers, New York.
Split end, number 14, Tom Newman, a junior, 5'11", 185 pounds, from Krugers, New York, a business major. At quarterback.
And the quarterback this afternoon is co-captain, senior, 6 feet, 190 pounds, from Condon Station, New Jersey, Peter Broas. At tailback, a local product, 5'10", 175-pound junior out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, Parkland High, Chris Peischel.
Junior, 5'10", 175 pounds.
The fullback is a junior, 5'11", 190 pounds, from Wyckoff, New Jersey, Angus McDonald.
A junior, 5'11", 190 pounds.
The place kicker for Muhlenberg is number 17, a sophomore, 6'2", 160, from Englishtown, New Jersey, Tom Mulroy.
6'2", 160 pounds, Englishtown, New Jersey.
Now for the seniors from Muhlenberg, playing in their last game of their college careers. The other co-captain is nose guard, all-conference performer, 5'11", 215-pounder from Muncie, New York, Bill Reiner. At linebacker, number 30, a 5'11", 190-pounder from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Scott Hirsch. A 5'11", 190-pounder from Flanders, New Jersey, Kurt Nagel. Senior defensive tackle from Whitehall, Pennsylvania, 6'2", 220, Joe Thomas.
6'2", 220 pounds, from Whitehall.
Senior split end from Mendham, New Jersey, 6'1", 168 pounds, Todd Langdon.
168 pounds, from Mendham, New Jersey.
And the other senior on the Muhlenberg squad is number 85, a senior defensive end, 6'2", 200 pounds, from Rutherford, New Jersey, Tim Ryan. Fourth-year coach, Ralph Kirchenheiter. His career record, as you see, is 19 and 15. Each year, it has grown up. And the rest of the Muhlenberg Mules.
Okay, fine job, Rob. And in just a moment now, the Moravian College Greyhounds will gather underneath the goalpost on the west side of the field, and Joe Gooman will take you through the starting offensive and defensive teams as well as the seniors. Interesting note, in the first game, 1900, the captain of the team, no first name given, a gentleman by the name of Miller, became angered at one of the referee's calls that gave Moravian a first down. He ordered the team off the gridiron. The referee awarded a 6-0 forfeit win to Moravian. So there's been some interesting sidebars on this long series. And here's Joe Gooman. Joe.
Thanks, Shell. The starting defense for Moravian 67, Greg Duquesne, a sophomore, 6 foot, 230 pounds from Dallas, PA. He's a business major. At end 91, Bob Henshaw, All-American candidate, senior, 6 foot, 185, Hampton, New Jersey, accounting major. At end, the 66, Chuck Malatesta, a senior, 6'1", 185, Warren, New Jersey, political science major. At tackle is 79, John Mutko, senior, 6'4", 230, from Bethlehem, PA, a management major. The other tackle is 99, Bill Delphine, senior, 6 foot, 230 pounds, Levittown, PA, accounting major. At the linebackers, number 63, Brian Lewis, a senior, 5'9", 195, local boy from Allentown, PA, a criminal justice major. The other linebacker, number 55, Doug Dame, senior, 5'10", 180, from Middlesex, New Jersey, a management major. The defensive backs for Moravian, Tim Williams, number 1, senior, 6 foot, 190, Hackettstown, New Jersey, criminal justice major. The other defensive back, quarterback, number 4, Lee Metz, a junior, 6 foot, 180, from Ardsley, PA, a physics major. Tom Dartnell, number 7, is a senior defensive back, 6 foot, 185, Flanders, New Jersey. Tom is an accounting major. And rounding out the secondary, number 41, Chris Glacken, sophomore, 6 foot, 175 pounds, from Phillipsburg, New Jersey. The other Moravian seniors, wide receivers, number 12, Dave Bianco, 6'1", 200 pounds, from Glen Rock, New Jersey, a criminal justice major.
Number 30, Dave Latterette, 5'8", 170 pounds, from White House Station, New Jersey, Mason's education.
Here comes Dave now, number 30, running back Dave Latterette, 5'8", 170, White House Station, New Jersey. The other running back, number 28, Jim Dana, 5'7", 180 pounds, from North Brunswick, New Jersey, a history major. The fullback, senior, 42, Dean Dvorak, 5'8", 175 pounds, Parsippany, New Jersey, a management major. And senior quarterback, Frank Gutschall, 6'4", 210 pounds, from Philadelphia, PA, a journalism major. Frank, unfortunately, was injured in the first game of the season against Widener. And, of course, Rocco Calvo in his 25th year as the head coach of the Moravian Greyhounds.
And so the Moravian-Muhlenburg game will be getting underway momentarily. This, of course, the big one for both schools. Both teams going into this game with a season's record of 6-2, and it was interesting to note that although they are both local teams, Joe, that there are no common opponents. I don't know as we go back and look at previous seasons whether or not that's happened very frequently.
I don't think it ever has, Shell. It's unusual that they should play and not meet at least 1 or 2 common opponents. Of course, in previous years, they were basically in the same division of the MAC in the South, and of course, there was always the common opponents that each team played. That's what makes it interesting today. It's difficult to size up the strengths or weaknesses of both teams because of the fact that there's really nothing much one can compare them against.
Okay, the co-captains coming out with the team officials, and we'll go down to the 50-yard line for the flip of the coin.
Captain Bross. Reiner and Bross. All right, fellas, nice to be here. Introduce yourself to Captain Joseph, Dana, Malatesta, and Henshaw. All right, let me introduce my fellow workers today. Mr. Ferry is going to be the back judge, and by the way, his clock will be official. The field clock on the wall is not official. If it's different, we'll let you know. Okay, and Mr. Kaler rather, is going to be your line judge. Mr. Davison's your head linesman, and Mr. Carr is going to be your umpire. As the visitor, who's going to call the corner? All right, call it while it's in the air, son. Ready? Heads he calls, and tails it is. You receive? All right, put your back to the goal, you defend. All right, Moravian is won the toss, next receive. Okay.
Moravian College has won the toss. They've elected to defend the east goal. And the sun really will not be much of a factor since it's coming practically from the south and coming across the field from left to right. Right now, our national anthem. Team officials out at the 50-yard line, and we'll be ready to start momentarily. John Ruffino of Temple will be the referee, and Charlie Carr of Susquehanna will be the umpire. Head linesman Tom Davidson of Bucknell. Vince Bofasmuso of Rutgers will be the line judge, and Bill Simpson of LaSalle will be the back judge. Tom Mulroy from Englishtown, New Jersey, a 160-pound sophomore, will kick the ball off for Muhlenburg College.
Mulroy has set numerous records this year, Shell. He's having a fantastic year. He's breaking in on a lot of the career records set by Victor Lee of 1980. He's already attempted 5 field goals versus F&M, which is a record. Made 3 versus Johns Hopkins, which tied a record. And he is the leading scorer thus far on the Mules with 51 points, an outstanding kicker, and the best in the Centennial Football Conference this year.
Hemi and Latourette will be the 2 deep backs for Moravian College. Dana will be on the far side, and on the near side will be Dvorak. There you see Latourette on the screen, and Amy right next to him. Kick coming down the field. Amy has the ball at the 20, coming right up the middle, and piled up very quickly as the kickoff comes up. And if we sometimes are a little bit slow in picking up the yard line markers, it's because we have an extremely low broadcast position, and it's very difficult to know to pick up the yard line markers. Starting offensive backfield for Moravian, and the offensive line.
Well, that center will be 56, Dan Mastriani. Guards are Bill Shoemaker and Tony Moncan.
Ball at the 23-yard line. Ball is given to Joseph, gets across the 25, gets out around the 27-yard line.
Brought down by sophomore linebacker Shell Mark Farrell from Bala Cynwyd, Pennsylvania. He is the leading tackle thus far for the Mules.
Muhlenburg defensive backfield. Gain on the play of 4, 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 27. Flag goes down. Ball carried by Dana. Dana gets across the 30, moves out to about the 34-yard line. And the first penalty of the game will be coming up. Offside on Muhlenburg.
I was wondering about that when I saw it.
Get the players down. Take the matches away.
Ball at the 34-yard line. Referee's timeout. First down of the football game for the Greyhounds.
Mules coming off a game and a half of shutout defense. They shut out Ursinus in the second half after giving 17 first-half points. They went on to win the game 27-17, and last week they shellacked Lebanon Valley by a count of 52-0. So the D is starting to rise to the occasion once again, as they did early on in the season before going through a midseason slump.
And it is enough for a first down. The first down of the football game picked up by the Hounds at their own 34-yard line. First period action, 14 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Moravian moving the ball. Reinhardt. Those are Scott's statistics going into the football game. The ball at the 34-yard line. Ball carried across the 35-yard line out to the 37-yard line. A gain on the play of 2 yards.
Home crushing hit by senior defensive tackle Joe Thomas out of Whitehall, Pennsylvania.
On the carry, Jim Dana. He's a senior running back from North Brunswick, New Jersey, 5'7", 180 pounds. Gain on the play of about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line. Reinhardt, the quarterback. Running back, flat pass, thrown incomplete, intended for Bianco up around the 45-yard line. The pass just off the fingertips of Bianco. David just did not have enough leverage to grab that ball, and it flew off his fingertips, falls incomplete, and it's a 3rd and 9 situation for Moravian.
Shell, it's interesting to note that Moravian has been trying to defense Moravian. They're basically running and passing team. They don't really prefer one or the other, so you have to be prepared to handle both the running game and the throwing game.
3rd and 9. Once again, Bianco is out wide left. 2-man backfield. Straight drop back now for Reinhardt. Floods the area. Throws incomplete off the fingertips this time of number 82, McLaughlin. And it is a 4th down and 9 as Muhlenburg manages to hold Moravian to 1 yard on those 3 downs. And it's the first punting situation of the game coming up with Phillips back to punt. He'll be standing back at his 21-yard line.
Dropping deep for Moravian is Kevin May and Tom Murdoch, both juniors.
Kick comes upfield and goes out of bounds around the 33-yard line, and so Muhlenburg will put the ball in play. 1st down and 10 with 13:11 remaining in the first quarter. No score in the game.
Peter Broas will start this afternoon. He sat out last Saturday's game against Lebanon Valley. He's thrown for over 1,200 yards this season. He is 6th ranked nationally in Division III football with a 147 rating. He's having a phenomenal year. He's thrown over 500 yards to both his receivers, Jeff Andrews and Tommy Newman. Both of them have over 500 yards.
Ball spotted at the, well, let's call it the 42-yard line, just shy of it.
Right on him, Bird. Go right on him.
Fake is to ball given to McDonald. And a fumble on the play, and it may have been recovered, and it is, by Moravian.
With a hard hit in there, Shell, by number 79, Bartitucci. Michael popped the ball loose, and of course the Greyhounds recover, and that's an excellent break for Moravian. They're in good field position.
Ball at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Moravian Greyhounds as they pick up the game's first break on the fumble. First running play for Muhlenburg results in a fumble. I formation now. Reinhardt is the quarterback. Second man coming through is Jimmy Joseph. He's down around the 40-yard line, may have even fallen forward to about the 39.
Shell, Jimmy Joseph's been the leading carrier for the Greyhounds. He's attempted 169 carries, has about 661 yards, averaging about 4 yards a carry, has 6 TDs on the season.
That's just what he got on that, Joe, a gain of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 now. The ball down at the Muhlenburg 40-yard line. Joseph once again in the deep back position. Dana is the inside man. Reinhardt the quarterback. Ball is handed to Dana, and he goes across the left side of the Muhlenburg line. Gets down around the 40-yard line. As we pick up a look at the Muhlenburg side of the field as they chalk-talk some of their defensive players. It'll be 3rd down and 2. 12-12 remaining in the first quarter. Ball at the 35-yard line.
That fumble by Muhlenburg, Shell, is the downfall of Muhlenburg football all season long. Coach Kirchenheder says if their turnover ratio was just even, they'd be an 8-0 team. Fumbles have hurt all year long.
Ball is at the 35-yard line. Here's Joseph fighting his way down. Good yardage. Looks like he has enough for the 2nd Greyhound first down of the football game. It is.
Shell, that was just an excellent extra effort on Joseph's part, and that's what makes him such a good running back. He always goes forward. He's constantly moving forward. In the nice case, the extra effort got him and the Greyhounds the first down.
Ball at the 20. I guess. I have to tell you, someday the story will be told. Ball at the 30. The ball carried down to about the 27-yard line on the play.
Big hit by Mule nose guard co-captain Billy Reiner. Reiner is a two-time all-conference performer, led the Mules in tackles the last 2 years. He was injured. First game of the season, kept him out for a week, didn't regain his full strength until about the 5th week, and he is a very solid performer and tends to dominate play on the offensive and defensive line.
Ball at the 27-yard line now. Once again, the eye. Drop back. Joseph turning the left side of the Muhlenburg line across the 25 and goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line as Jimmy Joseph carries again, and that should be good enough for another first down or very, very close to it.
Shelley got an excellent block by number 70, the tackle. We'll see it here. Schumacher, see number 70 out in front of the play, makes a good initial block right there, which gives Joseph the room he needs to pick up another first down.
Third first down. Ball at the 19-yard line. May have had an offside there on Muhlenburg. Flag goes down as Joseph drags a couple of tacklers with him and gets down around the 15-yard line, but I believe the left side of the Muhlenburg line, Rob, may have been offside on that play.
It looks like Joe Thomas, number 74, did jump from Muhlenburg. We're looking at it on the, it was Joe Thomas.
Yeah, there you can see it.
Joseph is a mule killer. The last 2 years, he ran for 160 yards 2 years ago. Bert Schneider said he held him to 111 last year. Mules just cannot figure out how to stop the Parkland High native graduate.
Defense, 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty on Muhlenburg. So it's a first down and 5 now with 10 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Ball at the 15. Here's Reinhardt pitching to Joseph once again, moving across, and he picks up some good yardage again, moving over the left side of that Muhlenburg line.
Shell, once again, it's excellent blocking with Jim Dana out in front. And, of course, the tight end on that play is number 87, Letitia. You'll notice that the Greyhounds run their tight ends as their message carriers, sending in the calls from the sidelines. So we'll see a different tight end in there basically on every play.
Ball at the 9-yard line. And it looks like it is enough for a first down as they measure it, as the Hounds pick up their fourth first down in a very early moments here in the first quarter. First down, goal to go. The ball at the 9-yard line for the Greyhounds. Reinhardt, quarterback. Joseph back deep once again. Play action, bootleg, option, and the ball is kept and is driven out of bounds down around the 7-yard line.
Nice hit by freshman quarterback Mike Miller, number 83. He's starting his second game. He started the year as reserve, but he earned a starting spot for the second week in a row, playing some solid football. As number 64 reserve nose guard Fred prepares into the game, and he will bring out Kevin May. So they're going with a 6-man front.
Ball at the 7. Gain on the play of 2 yards, second down and 7. 9:19 remaining here in the first quarter. Ball is given to Dana. Dana moves right across the middle of the line for the Greyhounds. Stop made by Reiner, number 50 for Muhlenburg.
Was a little All-American candidate before the season started. However, the injury has slowed Reiner down somewhat. Did have Seattle and Dallas in the NFL looking at him, but he is only 5'11", 215 pounds. For Division III, that's nice size. But I don't think Reiner will be going on to the pro ranks.
Third down, 3 yards to go as the Hounds trying to capitalize on an early-on fumble to move the ball in for the first score of the football game. No score, Muhlenburg nothing and Moravian nothing. Reinhardt to Joseph, and Joseph turns the left side. He is stopped, and a flag goes down, and we might have a procedure penalty coming up on the Greyhounds. We'll see. Very little yardage on the play.
Offside, defense, 3rd and goal.
3rd down, goal to go. Penalty on Muhlenburg.
Freshman defensive tackle Mike Ferguson into the game for Mike Goldfarb.
Once again in the eye, Joseph back deep, Dana the inside man. Glasgow moves in motion. Ball is given to Dana, hits once, hits twice, and then goes in. It looked like he was stopped right at the goal stripe, Joe, but then he took a second effort and turned right around and went in.
Well, he's an excellent back, Shell. He's very complimentary with Joseph back there. One thing we have to take a good look at is the fact that Moravian has an excellent offensive line anchored by Dan Mastriani. Here comes the play here. It's really just good hard running. The ball handed off to Jim Dana, hits in there and stays on his feet. A good hit, I might say, by the Muhlenburg defense, but he just won't give up, keeps driving, and of course gets in for the score.
Phillips for the extra point. Kick is up. It is good, and with 9:11 remaining here in the first quarter, the score, Moravian College 7, Muhlenburg nothing. Timeout on the field, time in for Rob Shue for Muhlenburg. Rob?
Okay, thank you, Shell. The college basketball season in the Lehigh Valley opens next Friday when Muhlenburg College hosts the Scotty Wood basketball tournament. The 2-evening event pairs East Stroudsburg University and Kutztown University at 6 o'clock, followed by Muhlenburg versus Allentown College at 8 o'clock. First night losers will be matched for the Saturday consolation game at 6 o'clock, followed by the championship game at 8. Muhlenburg defeated East Stroudsburg to take the 1983 title, and free tickets with the purchase of a fountain drink will be available all next week at the snack bars at Allentown College, Kutztown, Muhlenburg, and Cedar Crest College. Come early Friday and get a free kazoo. That's the Scotty Wood tournament at Muhlenburg, Friday the 16th. Tommy Newman and Tom Murdoch are deep for Muhlenburg. They've both broken big ones for touchdowns this year. Murdoch had a 95-yarder last week against Lebanon Valley, and Newman returned one 97 yards against Western Maryland earlier in the season.
Murdoch back in one of the deep positions for Muhlenburg College. He's on the far side. Newman is on the near side. Phillips moves up on the ball for the Hounds in blue. Kick comes down the field. Taken by Murdoch at the 20, comes straight up the middle, hit once and twice, and finally rolls forward very close to the 30-yard line at about the 29.
Shell, the tackle was made by Brian Horrocks, senior defensive end.
So Muhlenburg College, after fumbling the ball away for the first time that they had their hands on the football, results in a Moravian touchdown. The Hounds leading 7-0, and we'll see what can be generated now by Broas. Pete Broas, senior quarterback from Convent Station, New Jersey. McDonald is the inside man in the I formation. Ball is faked to Peischel, play action, pass up the middle, and it is nearly caught, falls incomplete, thrown too low for Andrews. Pass intended for Jeff Andrews, flanker back from Emmaus, Pennsylvania. Good pass, but a little bit too low.
Broas is having an exceptional season, Shell. He's completed 67 of 124 passes for a 540 percentage, 1,209 yards, 9 touchdowns for an average of 172.7 yards per game. And as I said, ranked 6th nationally Division III football.
Ball at the 29, second down and 10. 7 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Moravian leading Muhlenburg by 7-0. Play action again. Peischel on the carry. Peischel gets across the 30.
He's out of the same backfield with Josephs over at Parkland. And here's the play once again. As you see, Broas gives it to Peischel. Peichel's averaging 6.1 yards per carry. Went off tackle left behind the blocks of 75 Steve Socket and offensive guard Dave Fund.
Third down and about 3. 6:57 remaining in the first quarter. Andrews comes out wide right on the flank. McDonald is the inside man. Peischel the deep back. Broas the quarterback. Rolling to the right. Play action. Holds onto the ball. Looking for first down yardage. And he is hit once and twice and is knocked out of bounds just about at the stick. Maybe a gain on the play of about 1 yard as the great pursuit laterally by that Moravian line contained him, and he was unable to pick up the first down.
Well, Shell, Moravian has been playing excellent defense all year. They have a solid defense. They have a veteran defense. And, of course, one of their big assets is their quickness and their speed on defense.
And the kick is blocked, and a fine block it was by Williams.
Timmy Williams.
Timmy Williams.
First block punt of the year given up by Muhlenberg. Dave Brahman, a freshman punter, was averaging 39.7 yards per boot, but took a long time getting that one off, and that's the first one blocked all year long.
Well, I'm glad to see Timmy block the punt. Timmy's been a senior defensive back at Moravian.
Let's take a look at it.
Here it comes. He's coming in from the right side of the defense. Just came in clean, makes a good block.
Reinhardt up the middle, no gain at all on the play.
Might go for a goal
Illinois
liner.
Valesky into the backfield for the Greyhounds.
Billy Reiner all over the place for the Muhlenberg Mules defense. His last college game, he wants to go out with a bang.
Ball on the 22-yard line as the Greyhounds really trying to take advantage of some early on breaks, an early on fumble, and a block kick, and everything seems to be going wrong for Muhlenberg early on in this football game, and the Hounds trying to press on for their second touchdown of the football game. It'll be 2nd down and 8, the ball at the 22-yard line. Reinhardt drops straight back, throws, and nearly has a completion, overthrown to Bianco. Bianco knew just where to go for that ball. He was right at the first down marker, but it was overthrown.
Pass was just a little high, Shell, off his fingertips. But they have been clicking all season long. Reinhardt and Bianco and Lasco, 2 excellent wide receivers. And, of course, Scotty, as I said, stepping in for Gutschall after his injury the first game, has done an outstanding job for the Greyhounds.
3rd down and 8 for the Greyhounds. The ball at the 22-yard line. Moravian leads Muhlenberg by a score of 7-0. Lasco moves in motion. Reinhardt straight back, fires up the middle, intercepted by Mulroy. Penalty flag goes down as he brings the ball all the way out, almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
Interception was made by number 40, junior Tom Murdoch. That was his 4th interception on the year. We're gonna wait to see what the penalty's all about. It's like against Muhlenberg, as the Muhlenberg side is booing.
A fine defensive play by Murdoch on that play, stepping right out in front of the intended receiver. And we'll hear the call in a moment. Referees conference there and to see exactly what's going to happen. Ball still being marked off. I think, Rob, that Muhlenberg still will get possession of the ball. Well, let's see.
Still, don't credit Murdoch with his
Defensive pass interference. 15-yard penalty.
So don't credit
Offensive
Tommy Murdoch.
defensive pass interference called against Muhlenberg, and so Moravian gets the ball. Ball at the 7-yard line. Ball at the 7. Reinhardt now bringing the ball in now with the Hounds leading by a score of 7-0. Has the ball, 1st and goal at the 7. Second man is Joseph, and he's down around the 5-yard line. Well, Rob, just about everything that could possibly go wrong for Muhlenberg has gone wrong thus far in the first period.
Exactly. They came off a 52-0 shellacking last week, and they looked very sharp against Lebanon Valley, a very weak opponent. And Kirchenheimer thought if they could keep the turnover ratio down, they would have a very good chance in this game. However, that has not been the case. As they fumbled the ball, and a blocked punt in the first 2 possessions has been the story thus far. 7-0 Moravian.
Ball at the 5-yard line. 2nd down and 5. 4 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Moravian leading by 7, looking for the 2nd touchdown early on in this football game. Reinhardt running to the right, looking, decides to keep it. No nobody there, gets down around the 4-yard line. Again, good lateral pursuit this time by the left side of the Muhlenburg line, managed to contain him, brought the ball down to the 3-yard line, and it's a 3rd and 3. Third down, 3 yards to go for a touchdown for the Hounds. Looking to capitalize for the second time here in this first quarter of the game, leading by 7, slightly over 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Moravian in blue, Muhlenburg College in white. Both teams 6-2 on the season. Very, very close to that goal stripe, but not quite enough.
What, no penalty?
As they unpile, Boleski on the carry, ball at the 1-yard line.
Big hit by Reiner once again.
And here is a major play coming up here now as the Hounds elect to go for it. Touchdown. Jimmy Joseph going over the right side of the line, just pole vaulted it over. And so Dana and Joseph have gone over for 2 touchdowns in the first 12 minutes of this football game. And on the replay, you'll just see just a vault by Joseph, and he is into the end zone, and it's a 13-0 game in favor of the Greyhounds over the Mules.
Once again, Shell, was just excellent blocking by the offensive line. Moravian takes advantage of its second break and goes in for the score.
Ball down, the kick is up. Perfect, and with 3:13 remaining in the first quarter, Moravian is drawn out ahead 14-0. Let's take time in for Joe Gooman for the Hounds. Joe?
Thank you, Shell. An exciting addition to Moravian's athletic facilities is the new 400-meter all-weather surface track surrounding the football field. The track surface is the newest Resolite compound on the market and promises to give Moravian one of the fastest small college facilities in Northeast for years to come. The track was dedicated 2 weeks ago during homecoming in memory of Timmy Breitingham, a member of the class of 1978. Named the Breitingham track, it was made possible by a generous gift from Mr. and Mrs. Delight Breitingham with additional funds from friends and board members of the college. Moravian is excited about their new athletic facility.
Phillips tees the ball up, and Muhlenburg now will have to come back from a 2-touchdown deficit. Line shot coming down the field, rolling around near the out-of-bounds marker, but it's picked up by Murdoch. Murdoch moves up to the left side and brings the ball up to the 25. And that's where the Mules will put the ball in play. Muhlenburg has not picked up a first down. The first time they had the ball, they fumbled it on the first play. And then they went 3 downs, had to punt on the second sequence of downs, and had the punt blocked by Tim Williams, and it eventually resulted in another Moravian touchdown. And so the Mules are still looking for their first down of the football game. Pass is thrown incomplete.
Well, it was good pressure by the defense, Shell, forcing the quarterback to step up, throw probably sooner than he wanted to. And again, Moravian's defense, as I said, is an experienced defense, and they have been playing well all year.
We'd like to give our thanks and appreciation to Ray Robinson and the fine people at High Lift Division of Clark Lift Services in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, for providing the crane that we use for the telecast today. And we thank Ray Robinson and all the fine people at High Lift for providing that service for Channel 39's telecast. 2nd down and 10. Play action. Pitch on the option. Now Peischel tries to turn the corner, and he gets very little yardage, maybe a couple.
Mules' bread and butter this year has been throwing the ball, as Bros has thrown for over 1,200 yards, and Andrews has 23 receptions. Newman has 28. However, he has a lot of respect for defensive ends Henshaw and Lewis. He feared him during the week, and he just says, I don't even know if we're going to have time to get the pass off with those two coming in, plus nose guard Greg Dukinis. He feels that those 3 positions are the key positions for Moravian, and as it's being shown, Mules having a tough time getting the passing game going.
Ball at the 27-yard line, 3rd down and 8. The Mules now looking for their first down of the football game, have a lot of yardage to go to make up for it. The rush is on, and the blitz, and down goes Broas. That left side of that Moravian line, Joe, really blitzed well, and he just looked up and didn't have time to even straighten up.
79, John Motko, senior defensive tackle, put a vicious hit on him. And, of course, again, that's the pressure of the Moravian defense. And, as I said, they are a fine defensive
Let's see if he gets it away this time, and he does. A good kick coming up the field. Amy up with it, and is hit very, very hard as he brings the ball up to about the 45-yard line. Stop made by Ferguson, I believe, for Muhlenburg. Mike Ferguson, a freshman from Tannersville, Pennsylvania.
Mules holding their breath that last play show as Broas was walloped. He's played with a damaged collarbone the last 3 weeks, and Giordano played the whole game against Lebanon Valley last week. Broas back in the lineup this week, but that hit was vicious. Had Coach Kirchenreiter breathing heavy.
Ball at the 46-yard line now as the Hounds try to move in again. 1:14 to play in the first quarter. Greyhounds 14, the Mules nothing. Ball is carried by Boleski, and he gets to about the 46-yard line, a gain of 2.
Well, Matt Boleski's a sophomore fullback, Shell. He looked like he wanted to take the ball inside. There was nothing there. Tried to get outside, but an excellent job by the Muhlenburg defense in containing it.
Ball at the 45-yard line. Dave Donio, the assistant head linesman in today's game. Ball at the 45. It'll be a second down and 9. Play action right, straightening up. Reinhardt looks, throws, and it is, let's see if it's ruled complete. It is ruled complete at the 41-yard line of Muhlenburg. A fine catch out in the flat. Reinhardt threw it well.
Here it is, Shell. It's just a little bootleg action, waggle action, sets up, throws the ball well to Matt Halle. Matt makes an excellent catch on the sidelines. Matt's a freshman wide receiver, so he'll be around for a few more years for the Greyhounds.
Ball at the 41-yard line, unofficially the 5th first down of the football game for Moravian. 39 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Ball handed to Boleski, and no yardage at all. As a matter of fact, the loss on the play of 1.
Well, down by Glenn Ross, who will switch in and out with senior defensive end Kurt Nagel. Ross is a 5'11", 215-pound junior out of Emmaus, Pennsylvania. He transferred last year from Purdue. He gave big-time football a chance. It was his boyhood dream. He gave it a shot, put on about 30 pounds, but he said the big boys were too much for him. Came back and played for Coach Kirchenreiter and has found a home at defensive end for the Mules.
We'll see whether or not they have time to get this play off. About 5 seconds remaining here in the first period. And they will not get the play off, and the first period will come to a conclusion. And here at Steele Field on the campus of Moravian College, the score at the end of the first period of play, Moravian College 14 and Muhlenburg nothing. We'll have second period action coming up for you in just a moment.
It's Penn State football Sundays at 6 p.m. and again at 11 p.m. here on Channel 39. The program, TV Quarterbacks, will feature the game films of the previous Saturday's Penn State football game with comments by Penn State head coach Joe Paterno. This Sunday, we'll look at the Penn State season to date and discuss future games. That's TV Quarterbacks, Sundays at 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. here on Channel 39.
Next on Frontline. This man made $50,000 at the races. How did he do it? How do you pick a winner? What really goes on at the track? An inside view of America's #1 spectator sport.
I saw a horse that will make me king of the world.
Next time on Frontline, King of the World.
On Wednesday at 8, the series The Brain will unravel the mysteries of learning and memory. Don't miss it here on membership-supported Channel 39.
Major funding for this program is provided in an underwriting grant from the College Relations Department of Muhlenburg College, the Moravian College Alumni Association, and these Moravian football alumni. First Valley Bank, serving the financial needs of Northeast Pennsylvania, and by Dr. Richard Zahm, oral surgeon, 619 Linden Street in Bethlehem. Ball at the 41-yard line now as Moravian once again takes to the offense, pitches to Joseph, turns the left side of the line, dances his way down inside the 40-yard line to about the 37.
Once again, Shell, Joseph just had nowhere to go, ducked back inside with the ball, and Muhlenburg defense has been playing fairly decent football out there, and it's just a matter of breaks that Moravian has gotten and has taken advantage of the opportunities to take them in for scores.
Ball at the 36-yard line, 3rd down and 7. Moravian leading by a score of 14-0, capitalizing on an early fumble by Muhlenburg and a block kick in the first period. Joseph, good running room. Very, very close down around the 30-yard line.
Mule's defense only giving up 85 points in 8 games this season. However, Moravian doing a job on that average right now as they already have 14 first period points and are threatening right here early moments of the second quarter.
Joseph picked up some good running room, has the 6th first down. The ball at the 30-yard line. Greyhounds having little trouble moving the ball. They're mixing up their plays extremely well. And, of course, have the initiative. Boleski down around the 27-yard line. Matt Boleski from Whitehall, Pennsylvania on the carry. He's a sophomore, 185.
Hit was made by senior defensive end Tim Ryan, 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Rutherford, New Jersey. First year on defense as Ryan played 3 years as a tight end. He's done a fine job all year, replacing all-conference performer Ray Beneke last year.
Ball at the 28-yard line, 2nd down and 8 to go. Calais out wide right. Lasco comes in motion for the Greyhounds. Ball is given to Joseph, looking for some room, gets down around the 25-yard line. And we'll have a 3rd and 6 for Moravian. Ball at the 25. 12:41 remaining in the first half. Moravian leading by a score of 14-0 on runs by Dana and Joseph in the first quarter. Calais out wide right. Lasco flanking left. Joseph, the deep back. Reinhardt, the quarterback. Lasco comes in motion this way. Looking, throwing, and behind him. The pass went over the left shoulder of the intended receiver on the play, which was Calais. Looked like he had to reach back, Joe, for that ball and could not do it.
The ball was thrown. He made his break, and the ball was thrown behind him on the break, and of course, it was just impossible to catch. He just couldn't reach behind him and catch the ball. I'm just wondering if Dave Bianco, I haven't seen Dave in for a while. I see him standing on the sidelines, and Matt Halle has been in at the wide receiver position. I'm just wondering if Dave may be injured.
Moravian declines the field goal attempt. McLaughlin comes back into the football game here in the 4th and 5 situation. And we may have an offside, and that may cost the Mules a first down. It doesn't matter much what Reinhardt does. He throws the ball away, and it's intercepted. But I don't think it's mattered much. Hirsch intercepted from Muhlenburg, but I believe unless they were drawn offside, that Muhlenburg may be called for offside. And that would give the Hounds a first down or be very close to it.
Looked like Thomas, number 74, the left defensive tackle, did jump early from Muhlenburg.
We'll see whether the Hounds drew Muhlenburg offside or whether or not it was just an offside incurred by the Mules. I believe we had both those. We had illegal procedure on the Hounds and an offside on Muhlenburg.
What's the outcome? Are we going to give him a touchdown out of this or what?
And as soon as they get it sorted out, we'll get it sorted out. Maybe offsetting penalties, in which case we'll do it again.
Shell, I think what we may have.
We have motion on the offense.
That is on.
Well, while now. They'll get it sorted out, and then they'll tell us.
Track together out there, guys.
We have motion on the offense. Offside on the defense. They offset. Then we have a dead ball, personal foul against the offense. Okay?
Make it 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Good. Let's do. Okay, we'll take that.
And so 15 yards will be stepped off against Moravian. That's an odd play, Rob. You don't see 3 penalties on one play, usually.
It looked as though when Hirsch intercepted the pass, then he was roughed, and the personal foul was then called on Moravian. And now it's going to be a punting situation for Moravian as Kevin May and Tommy Murdoch will drop deep for Muhlenburg.
So the ball comes all the way back to the 40-yard line now, and Phillips will punt the first punt for Moravian in the football game. He'll be kicking from the Greyhound 48-yard line. It's a low pass from center. Gets off a line drive down the field. They're going to let it drop, and it will go into the end zone and be brought out 1st and 10 for Muhlenburg with 12:08 remaining in the first half. Moravian leading Muhlenburg by a score of 14-0. We want to remind you to stay with us at the half. From Muhlenburg College, Steve Moore, the head basketball coach for Muhlenburg, will be on, along with Wells Lobb, Director of Sports Information. And then Sue Gangwer will handle the Moravian halftime activities and be talking about art, music, and drama on the campus at Moravian College. That will be at halftime today. Broas at quarterback. Ball is to Peischel. And he gets out around the 23.
The stop shell is made by Bill Delphing, a senior defensive end from Levittown, PA.
Chris Peischel is the leading rusher thus far for Muhlenburg. He's got a 6.1 yards per carry, 398 yards on 65 attempts.
2nd down and 7. Ball at the 23. Broas throws. He's got a completion to McDonald. Not much yardage, maybe 1 on the play, out to the 24.
Excellent defensive play by Tommy Dartnell, a senior defensive back shell. Again, I just keep mentioning that Moravian has a very solid defense, anchored, of course, by their defensive end, Bob Henshaw, who Rocco Calvo feels is probably a solid candidate for a possible All-American.
I believe we indicated that Wells Lobb was going to be talking to Steve Moore. Rob Shue, right up here in the booth with us, will be interviewing Steve to talk about the basketball fortunes expected for Muhlenburg College this year. That will be at half.
Tommy Moyer is into the game for the Mules, the tight end for Bob Mann, as the Mules continue to go with the spread offense, as Moyer lines up in the slot with Andrews and Newman split wide to the right and left.
Ball at the 28-yard line, 2nd down, 2 to go. And we'll see. It looked like the Mules, again, may be shy of the first down, although it is close to the 30.
Ball was carried by fullback Angus McDonald. He's a transfer last year from the Naval Academy, was a midshipman for a year, and decided to come up to Allentown to play some football for the Mules. Has done a fine job at the fullback position. 312 yards on the year, 2nd leading rusher for Muhlenburg.
We have a 3rd down and about a half yard to go at the 30-yard line, or just short of it. Peischel is the deep back. McDonald is the inside man. On the eye, Broas the quarterback. Broas decides to sneak for it, and we'll see whether or not he made it. He was pushed back, but he may have crossed the 30, which is all he needed.
Well, Shelley just tried to sneak it. They're going to measure. He may not have gotten it. Of course, he ran into the heart of the Moravian defense. Greg Duquesne, the nose guard. The linebackers, Brian Lewis, Doug Dames, who have been outstanding all season.
While we have a moment, we'd like to express our thanks to the fine people at Moravian College for their help in the production of our program, to Herman Collier, president of the college, Cliff Cuck, sports information director, Doug Plotz, director of buildings and grounds, along with Tom Guth, and at Muhlenburg College to Dr. Jonathan Messerly, president of the college, Ralph Kirschenheide, director of athletics, Bob Clark, director of college relations, and Wells Lobb, sports information, Muhlenberg. We thank all of them for their help in the production of our program. On the option, it's McDonald carrying. McDonald gets out to about the 36-yard line in what has turned out to be the most prolific running play of the football game for Muhlenberg thus far, a gain of 6 yards. Muhlenberg has had a difficult time getting their offense on track in this game.
And here's the play, Shelley. Just a simple option to McDonald on the left side. Interesting that you noted that that's the only play we've seen. Kirchenheiter respects the end so much in Moravian that he is going without the play-action fake, just a straight option to either McDonald or Pleischel, and that's what we'll see all afternoon.
Ball at the 36-yard line, 2nd down and 4. Straight back, looking on the play action, down the middle, overthrown. Pass intended for Mann. Bob Mann, a freshman split end from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, but it was overthrown, falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 4. 9 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Moravian 14, Muhlenberg nothing.
Muhlenberg just not able to get the passing game on track. It's brought him a lot of glory this season. Andrews and Newman having phenomenal seasons. However, neither one of those split ends have caught passes thus far in the game, and Brois is really not completing the passes like he's done early in the season.
Ball at the 36, 3rd down and 4. And I think we've got an offside coming up on Muhlenberg, which may nullify that pass, which was incomplete anyway. Looked like perhaps the flanker back for the Mules may have jumped the gun on that play. In any event, it was incomplete. Pass intended for Andrews.
A lot of flags thus far, Shell, this in a quarter and a half of play.
Penalty is refused, and so the Mules will be forced to give the football up. Brotman will punt for Muhlenberg. Amy standing back with Latourette. And Latourette's going to let the ball go dead at the 35-yard line.
Mules find themselves in a similar situation. They were down to F&M 16-6 at the half. Came back to win that game 20-19 on the last-second field goal by Mulroy. They trailed Swarthmore 20-0 at one point. Came back to lose that game 27-18. A great second-half surge. So they can play the come-from-behind ball. Of course, they spotted Ursinus 17 points and won that game 27-17. So don't count the Mules out. 14-0.
Ball at the 35-yard line. Reinhardt to Joseph. And Joseph is stopped as another penalty flag goes down. Loss on the play of perhaps a yard. Ball at the 34.
Shell, I noticed number 33, Colin Amy, is in the game as a wide receiver. Colin's basically a running back. So it may just be that Rocco's either wanting to rest the wide receivers or Dave, the ankle, could be injured. We haven't seen him for a number of plays now.
Ball brought back to the 27.
Holding. 10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty on the Moravian Hounds. Will make it a 1st down and 18 with the ball at the 27-yard line for Moravian. 8:16 remaining in the first half. Moravian leading 14-0.
Shell, I see Dave is in the game, so obviously he's all right. Rocco just wanting to maybe rest his wide receivers.
The Mules haven't beat Moravian since 1981. Shell 10-9 they beat the Greyhounds. A couple years ago, though, Kirch is 1-2 versus Moravian in his 4 years here at Muhlenberg.
Amy comes in motion. And nothing. On the carry, Jimmy Joseph. Maybe a yard.
Big hit by senior defensive end Kurt Nagel from Flanders, New Jersey. 5'11", 195-pounder.
Ball at the 26-yard line. 2nd down, 19 to go. Under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Moravian capitalizing on a fumble and a blocked punt, leading in the game 14-0. Looking for their 19th victory in this long traditional series with Muhlenberg College.
What draw?
Straight drop back, looking downfield, and it is caught. Splendid catch down here by Amy. Colin Amy from Allentown, Pennsylvania, picked that pass off, just got beyond the defender. And so the longest completed pass by Reinhardt in the football game brings the ball down to the 37-yard line of Muhlenburg. First down for the Greyhounds.
Shell, it was just excellent concentration on the part of Colin Amy. Colin's a sophomore halfback right from Allentown, Pennsylvania. I must say played at Salisbury High School. It was just an excellent concentration on his part.
Reinhardt to Joseph, and he's got a lot of room up the middle, and perhaps 5 more as he crosses the 35. Gets down around the 34-yard line.
Shell, we'd be remiss if we didn't say something about the offensive line for Moravian. Here it is, just good blocking up front by fellas like Billy Schumacher and Tony Montcalm and Ken Franiak and Marty Falkovic. They've done an excellent job all year. They're a good offensive line. They've got some good size up front, Shell.
Ball at the 33, second down and 6. 6.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Moravian leading 14-0. Amy goes in motion. The pitch is to Joseph, and Joseph bounces off a couple of tacklers and fights his way down around the 30-yard line. And another penalty flag goes down. Penalty will be against Moravian, and undoubtedly the Mules will take that because Joseph picked up good yardage coming up the middle.
Shell, Ralph Kirchenheider says one of the things that will be evaluated today will be if the Centennial Conference is on par with the Middle Atlantic Conference, the conference that the Mules left playing the CFC.
Blocking below the waist, offense, 15-yard penalty, it's second down.
And so the second biggie coming up against Moravian. They've been penalized 25 yards in this current sequence of downs, which has not helped the offense, Joe. And Reinhardt's had his work his way out of the first one with that long completion to Amy. Let's see what he does from the 45 here. Second and 18. Ball at the Muhlenburg 45-yard line. Straight back, Reinhardt throws it. He's got a completion on the far side to Dave Bianco.
Well, Shell, they've been teaming up all year. Dave has had an excellent job as a receiver. That's just a quick out. Here it comes. It's just what they call a two-step drop back, turn and throw. It's just a quick out, excellent catch. Scott puts the ball where it can't be intercepted.
Ball at the 39. Third and 12. 5:20 remaining in the first half. And that will set the Hounds back 5 more. Well, that makes 30 yards, Joe, that Muhlenburg's Moravian's been penalized in this sequence.
Shell, that's been one of their nemesis all year. Offensively, they seem to hurt themselves with delay of game calls or penalties, and Rob made note of the number of flags out there already for this portion of the ball game. And of course, Moravian's had its share of penalties all season, and they seem to get a drive going and stop themselves with a penalty.
Ball is at the 34-yard line. Third down and 17 for the Greyhounds. And here's another one. I don't think we've seen a game where there's a flag falling on it just about every play.
Tempers are flaring out there as Joe Thomas and Billy Reiner had a few words with the offensive line of Moravian, so no love lost here between the Greyhounds and the Mules.
Well, we can't fault first game jitters for all the flags. Obviously, I just think it's the aggressiveness on the part of both teams, and of course everybody wanting to
ball is
give
back
110.
at the 49-yard line now. That's the 35 yards at penalties in this current sequence. It's third and 22 now for the Greyhounds. Rocco Calvo's pointing in the other direction, trying to tell his team that's the way you want to go. Ball at the 49. Dvorak on the carry. Gets down around the 45, and it looks like the Hounds will have to give up the football finally. Dvorak picked up some pretty decent yardage on that play, but not enough for the first down.
Hit by senior Scott Hirsch. Murdoch and May are deep from Muhlenburg.
Short kick, but it does have a lot of height. And it is caught and running out of bounds with the ball, I believe, is Hirsch.
That was Kevin May, the leading punt returner, who caught the ball and just tiptoed out of bounds. May's returned 8.1 yards per return on his punts. He's done a fine job. He's
ball at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10, and Muhlenburg really has a long distance to go here and under 4 minutes to do it. 3:48 remaining in the first half. Moravian leading by a score of 14-0. Broas looking, throwing, completed. Pass completed to Moyer. Tommy Moyer, tight end from Coopersburg, on the catch.
Finally getting the passing game going somewhat. Hopefully this is a sign of what's to come. Moyer, that's his 11th catch on the year. He averages 17.3 yards per grab.
Ball at the 18-yard line, so it'll be a 2nd down and 4. Gain of 6 yards in the play for Muhlenburg. Clock continues to wind down. 3:25 remaining in the first half. Broas straightens up, throws, got a completion to Andrews. Should be enough for a first down. A pickup of 6 more up at the 25-yard line.
That's what the Mule's been doing all year, Shell, and until this point cannot get it going. And let's look at it once again. Jeff Andrews, the flanker for the Mules, a quick square out. Broas 1 step back, lets it fly. Andrews on the year, 23 receptions for 522 yards.
Stop was made by Chris Glacken, sophomore defensive back. And of course, if Muhlenburg's going to do anything, I think they're going to have to get their passing game going, which has been their strong point offensively.
Center Tom Mullane questioning the ball. Wants a different ball out there.
Remind you, stay with us at the half. We'll have an interview coming up. Rob Shue will be talking to Steve Moore, the head basketball coach at Muhlenburg, and Sue Gangwer will be talking about the art, music, and drama program for Moravian College. That will be at halftime in today's game. Little if no yardage. Ball carried by Peischel up the middle.
Stop was made by number 55, Dames, and of course...
2nd down, 10 to go. Back goes Broas. He's being chased, flares one out, incomplete, and that will stop the clock with 2:23 remaining in the first half.
Mules went without a huddle that time as they're trying to get 6 points on the board before halftime as they trail 14-0. As I said, they are accustomed to being down at the half. They trailed F&M, Swarthmore, or Sinus at the half, came back 1-2 out of 3 of those games. So maybe once again they're going to have to call upon their second half heroics.
Can we do that now?
3rd down and 11.
Usually the sound
Broas straight back, looking, throwing, and it is caught on a juggling act by Moyer, and he brings the ball all the way up to midfield. Tommy didn't know whether he quite had that ball or not, and finally grabbed it and gathered it in down the sidelines. Rob will take one more look at it.
A great play by Moyer, the sophomore tight end from Coopersburg. Well, about a 15-yard square out. He's bobbing, as you said, Shell. Grabs it with one hand, gets about another 8 yards out of the big kid, 6'2", 200, got about 8 yards after the catch.
Ball right at the 50. Here's Broas back as the Mules finally get their offense on track and tries to screen one out, but the ball is blocked.
Well, that time, Shell, Moravian got the kind of pressure you have to apply to the quarterback. And, of course, the ball batted down by Chuck Malatesta.
And that will stop the clock with 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the first half. The Mules desperately trying to get on the boards, which will be a big psychological edge to Muhlenburg, down 14-0 early on in this football game. This is the best offensive combination that Broas has been able to put together for Muhlenberg thus far in the football game. Ball right at midfield. Exactly 2 minutes remaining in the half. Broas keeps it, throws downfield, way overthrown. Pass intended for Newman. Looked for a moment there, Rob, like if Broas decided to keep that ball and run with it, he might have picked up some decent yardage.
Very true, Shell. He did have a hole. He is a good runner, has good speed. His favorite receiver is Newman, though, and he saw Tom open for a second, let it fly, but just overthrew him just a bit.
Guess what? Another penalty flag down. And we'll see who it's against. It's going to be against the Mules. 5 yards.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, loss of down.
They're calling everything.
Yeah, I wondered about that, why that penalty was taken, and it was because there was a loss of down involved on the incomplete pass and the ineligible receiver. So it is 3rd and 15 now with 1:55 remaining in the first half. Moravian leading by a score of 14-0 over Muhlenberg. The Mules in white. Broas fakes, looks up the middle, completion at the 40 and a fine tackle. It looks like it may be right at that first down marker. A fine catch by Newman, and he was really banged when he caught that ball at the 41-yard line.
Well, Shell, that time Moravian chose the force. What we mean by that is you can sit and defend the pass or you can pressure. That time Moravian chose the pressure, and when you do that, you put your people man-to-man on the receivers. And, of course, it was an excellent throw on the part of Broas.
It is a 4th down and 1. Broas looking, still on his feet, and he's going to run for it. He's got the first down, going, staying in bounds, and finally goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Broas was getting the signal to just keep running with that ball by the offensive line of the Mules. And we'll get another look at that one.
Broken play, Shell, to say the least. Slow in developing, and Broas didn't want to run the ball. He decided to keep it. Heads-up play by Broas, took it down, and finally ran out of bounds down by the 18-yard line. Let's call it the 17-yard line of Moravian.
Ball at the 17-yard line now with 1:20 remaining. By far the deepest penetration for this Muhlenberg offense, trying to get on the scoreboard, trailing 0-14 in the first half. Broas back to throw, got a completion to Newman. Inside the 10-yard line.
That's what they've been doing all year, Shell. Newman is the leading
But a
receiver.
penalty flag is down again, Rob. And we're going to take a look at it.
All right, Newman, a quick post pattern over the middle. Newman and Peter put it on the money, but Peter is signaling that his shoulder is hurting him.
And what's also hurting is the fact that penalty will call that play back for Muhlenberg, as the Mules have been victimized by that yellow flag that's been dropping off. The last time Moravian got penalized 35 yards when they had the ball. This will nullify a marvelous completion on the pass play, bring the ball all the way back to the 27-yard line, where it'll be first and a ton of yardage, about 22 to go, with 1:14 remaining, first half. And Broas is going to have to do it all over again. Man is out wide left. Peischel and McDonald are the 2 deep backs. Broas goes straight back again. He's being chased. Screen pass juggled by Peischel, but I believe it'll be called incomplete.
Broas not getting a lot of time to do too much, Shell, as both ends, Lewis and Hanshaw, are really applying a lot of pressure, and he's left to just throw that little dump pass to Peischel, who was really not expecting to play.
Well, at least that'll give the Mules a little opportunity, Rob, to kind of get their act together, because that will stop the clock with 54 seconds remaining in the first half. It'll be 2nd and 20. Ball at the 27-yard line.
Great day football.
Straight back. Pass, man there, it's completed. And I don't see a penalty flag down there. Ball completed down around the 10-yard line.
That was Andrews, Shell. Nice catch by Jeff Andrews, the junior from Emmaus. And as we look at it one more time, as Broas rolls to his right side, nice block by McDonald, and out pattern by Andrews, right on the money.
3rd down and 4, and Broas is dropped on the 3rd and 4, way back at the 21-yard line. Fine stop made in there by Henshaw of Moravian.
That's Bob Henshaw, Shell, and he's been doing that all season long. And again, Moravian has been applying good pressure to the Muhlenburg quarterback, throws, but he has been threading the ball in there.
And the ball is down at the 19-yard line. 4th down, 12 yards to go. And it looks like the Mules will try to put 3 on the board here with a field goal attempt by Mulroy. Tommy Mulroy from Englishtown, New Jersey, will try to kick it.
36-yarder Shell. Mulroy on the year is 10 for 19 in field goals. This should be K for Mulroy. He's kicked a couple 45-yarders this year. Got a good foot. And he's the leading scorer in the Mules with 51 points this year.
24 seconds remaining. Almost looks like Moravian doesn't quite believe this is going to happen. We'll see. Ball will be held by Hobby. 36-yard attempt. Mulroy just about straight on. High pass from center. The kick is a line shot, and it's going to go off to the left, and that was not Mulroy's fault. It was a poor pass from center. Hobby barely had time to place the ball, and the ball just had to be kicked off by Mulroy as quickly as possible, and it was a line drive more than a placement kick.
Not a lot of time on the offensive line's part either, as Hobby was rushed, as you said, Shell, very quickly. Had to throw it down fast, and Mulroy had no time to get set.
Well, the fellow that came in there and almost got it was Rich Brendel. But the high snap, was, as Shell pointed out, was the reason for the poor kick.
Ball is given to Joseph, and Joseph elects to run the clock out, gets near the out-of-bounds marker, but may have stayed in with 15 seconds remaining.
Once again, a heavy skull session at halftime for Muhlenburg, as they've seen themselves in this position many times this season.
Well, Muhlenburg really started what really looked like an incredible, I mean, they started way back around the 12-yard line with about 3 minutes to go in the half. Brought the ball all the way down inside the Moravian 10 to have it stall out. They moved a long distance in a very short time and came away with no score at all. Ball carried by Walling, and he runs with it. His feet give out from under him, and he falls down, and that will undoubtedly be the last play of the first half. Score at the end of the first half of play is Moravian 14, Muhlenburg nothing. We want to remind you that today's football game between Moravian and Muhlenburg is made possible through an underwriting grant provided by the College Relations Department of Muhlenberg College and by the Moravian College Alumni Association and these Moravian football alumni: David Calvo, 76, Robert Kafafian, 77, and Daniel Najito, class of 78. And by First Valley Bank, serving the financial needs of Northeast Pennsylvania. And by Dr. Richard Zahm, oral surgeon, with offices at 619 Linden Street in Bethlehem. Additional funding for today's broadcast is provided by Channel 39 membership contributions. And so the score at halftime here at this great classic, Muhlenburg versus Moravian football. Moravian going over for 2 first-period touchdowns, capitalizing on a fumble on the first running sequence of downs for Muhlenburg, and then a blocked punt by Timmy Williams. Moravian put 2 on the boards, leads 14-0. We'll have
100 years after abolitionist Dees Dreer is murdered while helping slaves to escape through the Underground Railroad, the Walter Small family moves into Dreer's house in Ohio. Eerie happenings frighten the Black family into believing that the house is haunted. Watch the second of the 2-part mystery, The House of Dees Dreer, on Wonderworks, Monday at 8 p.m. here on Channel 39. The next program in the Channel 39 series, Heritage, Civilization and the Jews, traces the successive phases of Jewish immigration to America. It examines the nature of Jewish integration into American society and the variety of Jewish experiences in different parts of the country. That's The Golden Land on Heritage, Civilization and the Jews, Sunday at 4 p.m. here on Channel 39.
On Wednesday at 8, the series The Brain will unravel the mysteries of learning and memory. Don't miss it here on membership-supported Channel 39.
Welcome
Welcome to our halftime show. We're going to switch from football to basketball for a moment, and today with me is Muhlenburg Mule head basketball coach Steve Moore. Coach, welcome.
Thank you, Rob.
Coach, you've taken a basketball program that was going nowhere and put it back on the basketball map in just 3 short years. Year number 1, you were 7-16 without the luxuries of freshman recruits. The next year, you completely turned it around and went 16-9, carrying 8 freshmen on the varsity and just missing the MAC playoffs. Last year, you were 14-11 for your 2nd straight winning season in a row. Now you enter your 4th campaign as head coach. Are you where you want to be at this stage with Muhlenburg basketball?
Well, I guess we're pleased, Rob, with the development that we've had in our program so far. We have gotten better. We're doing things better than we did when we first came. I don't know if you're ever pleased with what you've done. I am disappointed that we haven't been able to make the conference playoffs yet. Disappointed that we haven't done a little bit better, I guess, in the last couple of seasons, but I guess you're never satisfied. We are doing things better than we used to, though, and that's the most important thing, I guess, from a basketball standpoint. We have the kind of people in our program that we want, and they're working the way that we want them to, and hopefully we will do a little bit better and make the conference playoffs, and I guess that's our goal.
As they host their annual tip-off tournament, but this year the tournament is under a new name. And Coach, explain the change in the tournament format this year.
Well, Rob, we're really excited about the change in the tournament. We've renamed our tournament as the Scotty Wood Tournament in honor of a longtime friend of Muhlenburg College. Mr. Wood, goes without saying what he's done for the college over the years, but he's just a tremendous gentleman. I've had the pleasure of meeting him this fall and being with him some, and we're just very honored to have the tournament named in honor of Mr. Wood. And because of this thing and a lot of different things that have happened, we've had a lot of excitement generated for the tournament, a lot of support. Mr. Wood just has an unbelievable number of friends, and people have helped us with the tournament in a lot of ways, and we're going to get a lot of nice publicity on the tournament in the next couple of weeks, and we think that there's going to be a lot of support and a lot of enthusiasm.
Game 1 on Friday will be at 7 o'clock, Kutztown, East Stroudsburg.
Friday night, the 16th, that is, in another week now, we're going to play at 8 o'clock in the 2nd game against Allentown College, and the 6 o'clock game will have the East Stroudsburg University and Kutztown University.
Should be an exciting tournament. Muhlenburg won the tournament last year, been a success, and it must be a nice way to start off your season winning your own tournament.
Yeah, it's a nice way to start off the season, having a tournament at home. Gives the students and the fans a chance to get out and see us play early and in 2 nights in a row. And this particular year, I think it's going to be a great tournament. Number one, having the 4 area schools, and secondly, they're all going to be good teams this year. Allentown College, I think, is going to have their best team ever. With everybody back from last year, they have some nice seniors, a tough veteran club. So we're in for a tough contest the first night. Might add that Saturday night then is the 2nd night of the tournament, the 17th. The consolation game will be at 6 o'clock and the championship game at 8.
Looking at this year's Mule squad, a different look from your first 3. In the past, you've had an experienced front line in Kenny Schwatek and Chris Kahn. This year, the experience lies in the backcourt with Jim Farrell, Dave Siepert, and Mike Dougherty. Will that change the game plan this year?
Well, we're going to be different this year, Rob. The reason for that change is we graduated Kahn and Schwatek. Schwatek 6'6", Kahn at 6'5". They were our starting forwards. They started along with 6'7" Reno Brugman. Reno returns as our center, but because we lost the other 2, we're going to have a smaller starting lineup. What we're doing is shifting Jim Farrell, who actually was a point guard for us last year, to the small forward position, and he will play on the one wing along with Matt Gurman, who's the other wing, and they're both about 6'1". Inside, to start along with Reno Brugman, we're not sure exactly who that will be, but it could be sophomore Dave Nye at about 6'4½", or freshman Sean Mack at about 6'6". So while inside with Brugman and one of those other two will have nice size at the post positions, we'll be smaller on the wings with Jimmy Farrell at 6'1", replacing Schwatek at 6'6". What that does maybe is give us a little disadvantage in height and rebounding, but I'm not sure that it will, because Jim's a good rebounder for his size and can guard people bigger than himself. And I think we'll have the advantage of being quicker and maybe better shooting on the outside.
Coach, during your 3 years, Muhlenburg has had the opportunity to take its show on the road. 2 years ago, you went to the Worcester tournament in Ohio. You won that tournament. Last year, you took the squad down to Florida over the Christmas break. This year, you're going back to Ohio. Then in August of 1985, you take the squad out to Europe, and you tour Europe for 2 weeks. That's got to be a great experience. How did you work this package out?
Well, we like to do a lot of nice things for our players. We think they work very hard and deserve some of the nice trips that we have. The European trip is something that is actually extra and outside of the regular season. Since it's done in the summer in August, it has really nothing to do with the season itself, although it will help us in the 85-86 season, I think. It does not count, the games do not count as games for us in that season, and it's separate. It's funded separately from our athletic budget, and actually the players have to come up with some of the cost. But it's going to be a nice thing for our players, I think, and the main emphasis on it is the educational experience. But we do think that it will help our team of 85-86 just from being together and having a few extra games.
Quickly, as we have about a minute left, let's look at the MAC Southwest Division real quick. Once again, everybody will be tough, no pushovers, and it'll probably go down to the wire, as both F&M and Moravian will once again be tough.
Well, I know Moravian will be tough. They have some excellent players returning, especially Mike Arner and Keith Martin from Bethlehem, and they're always going to be tough. Coach Walker does a tremendous job. F&M is always good. Gettysburg, I think, can't be overlooked because they have just about everybody back, and they came on strong last year. Our section, the Southwest section of the Mid-Atlantic Conference, is going to be very tough, and we hope that we can be a contender, and I think that if we played our capabilities, that we might be right there in the running.
Well, with back-to-back winning seasons, a host of a successful tournament, and a trip to Europe, there's no question that Steve Moore has been a positive addition to Muhlenberg Mule basketball. Coach, I want to wish you continued success, and hopefully this year the MSC playoffs will be for the Muhlenberg Mules.
Thank you, Rob. We really hope so.
Okay. Please stay tuned for the rest of our halftime show, as we'll be back with a look at Moravian College.
It's Penn State football Sundays at 6 p.m. and again at 11 p.m. here on Channel 39. The program, TV Quarterbacks, will feature the game films of the previous Saturday's Penn State football game, with comments by Penn State head coach Joe Paterno. This Sunday, we'll look at the Penn State season to date and discuss future games. That's TV Quarterbacks, Sundays at 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. here on Channel 39.
Welcome back. I'm Susan Gangwer, Director of Community Relations at Moravian College, and today we will be focusing on the arts at Moravian College. With me are Dr. Rudy Ackerman, Chairman of the Art Department, Miss Kim Busick, a music major, and Miss Lori Skripak, a member of the Moravian College Theater Company. For over 2 centuries, Moravian College has included arts in its curriculum, an element which we feel is very important for a liberal arts education. Dr. Ackerman, if students wish to pursue an art major, what type of programs are available to those students?
Well, basically we have 2 programs. One is in studio art and the other one is in art history. The art program is firmly rooted in the liberal arts tradition, so that a student coming would take the normal liberal arts electives. And then building on that, we have the studio program, which would go from design and drawing and painting as core courses or beginning courses, and then expand into more specialized courses above that. Some of these courses could be continuation of drawing and painting, or ceramics and sculpture, or photography, and in recent times we have graphic communications, which also prepares students for vocations. One of the unique features of our program is that upperclassmen, those who are juniors and seniors, have their own studios where they can work as individual artists. And to some degree, the independence of this allows them to work, and the professor can visit their studio so that they can look at the work that they're doing. Also, we have an art history component, which also can be built in conjunction with the studio work, or it can be in addition to that as a separate major. And students then can go on to museology or art history professorships and graduate work if they wish.
What are some art alumni doing these days?
Well, that's about as varied as you can imagine. but we have everything from a student who is a painter of funny cars who wins a contest to students who have gone on for their Master of Fine Arts degree. We recently had Rosemary Gessick, who graduated from the University of Arizona with her degree in painting. She's a local girl who had gone west. And then we have other areas such as art history. We have students who have studied for master's degrees in art history. And then we find a lot of related work, working in supply, art supply, and other things, or working in commercial art and advertising. Fields that originally they may not have been moving towards, but that ultimately they will find themselves in. And also computer art. We recently had one of our students who has been working in computer art and has been exploring that field. So it's a wide range, and a liberal arts background gives a lot of breadth to their education so they can move in different directions.
Thank you. Music and the Moravians are synonymous terms dating from the time of colonial days when music was at the heart of the Bethlehem community. This tradition continues under the directorship of Richard and Monica Shantz. Kim, as a music major, what type of programs are available to students interested in music?
Well, basically there are 4 programs. There's the Bachelor of Arts, which is 12 courses. That is the requirement there. There's the Bachelor of Music, which is 22 to 24 courses. There's the Bachelor of Music and Music Ed, and also a dual degree program, which is a 5-year program in which you receive a Bachelor of Music and a Bachelor of Arts degree. There are main areas of concentration such as performance, theory, composition, orchestration, jazz studies, and other such natures.
Can you describe something about your particular program?
Well, I am in the Music Ed program. I'll be receiving a certificate to be able to teach in a high school or public school of such sorts. My curriculum continues on into the spring when I start student teaching.
What other types of activities have you been involved with?
The Brethren, which is a stage band, a jazz band of nature, the jazz ensembles, and also in the college choir, which is quite popular in Bethlehem.
Can you receive credit for this?
Oh, yes. As a music major, participation is part of your performance credit. If you are not a music major, it will fulfill the art requirement, such as 6 terms equals 1 unit.
Thank you. For over 75 years, Moravian's College has offered dramatic productions that students can participate in. Lori is with the Moravian College Theater Department. I understand you have been working in various productions around the village, but what have been your experiences at Moravian?
Well, because Moravian is a small college, there are numerous opportunities awaiting the students, thespians. Not only can a student act at Moravian, but they can also participate in any area of production that they wish to, like wardrobe, makeup, scenery, design, that kind of thing. My experience in Moravian has been really wonderful, and I've been in 5 shows there. The one-man theater department is Dr. Jack Ramsey, and he strives for excellence and professionalism in all areas of production.
I imagine that it's quite a busy schedule. How many hours do you usually commit?
Well, I figured out it comes out to about 172 hours for a show, like in our spring show, Shakespeare's Lovers will be about 172 hours of commitment, but it's well worth it.
How do you balance that? What is your major?
My major is secondary education and English, and I have a theater minor. And I balance it, I keep my nights open for rehearsals, I attend classes in the day, and I do my studying in the early morning or the late night.
What are your plans for after graduation?
I plan to find a teaching job in the area and pursue my interest in theater. And I hope that one day I can come back to Moravian and to the Moravian College Theater Company and try to repay them for what they've given me.
And Kim, what are your plans after graduation?
Well, I would like to teach for a little while and then eventually open my own school for the arts, not just music, but such things as art and drama.
Well, thank you all for being with us today. I'd like to remind the audience that tomorrow night, November the 12th, we will be hosting Mark Russell in Johnston Hall at 8 o'clock. This is free and open to the public. We hope to see you then. Thank you for being with us today, and we'll return now to the game.
Breathing Easy is a special designed to encourage teens to join the non-smoking generation. The variety-style program features Joan Van Ark of Knott's Landing, Mark Harmon of St. Elsewhere, and Casey Kasem, host of radio's America Top 40 and TV's American Top 10. That's Breathing Easy, Wednesday at 9 p.m. here on Channel 39. On the Frontline program, the Arab and the Israeli, two men, a Palestinian and an Israeli, born 30 miles apart, journey to America. In synagogues and universities, on television talk shows, they try to project a message that dialogue on the land, the emotions, and a solution for the West Bank is possible. Don't miss the Arab and the Israeli on Frontline, Tuesday at 9 p.m. here on Channel 39.
On Wednesday at 8, the series The Brain will unravel the mysteries of learning and memory. Don't miss it here on membership-supported Channel 39.
We welcome you back to the second half of Moravian Muhlenburg College football here at Steele Field on the campus of Moravian College. Shel Siegel bringing you the play-by-play along with Rob Shue for Muhlenburg College and Joe Gooman for Moravian College. In a first half that has actually seen fairly evenly played, however, except for the fact that Muhlenburg capitalized on, rather Moravian capitalized on a couple of Muhlenburg problems, particularly fumble and block kick. Let's take a look at the first half statistics. Moravian College 8 first downs to Muhlenburg's 4. And there you can see the other statistics of the game, Moravian leading in total yardage. First half comments, Rob Shue.
Well, Shel, I just have to say that the Mules cannot get nothing going running the ball. 12 carries, 29 yards. It's only a 2.5 yard per pop. And the throwing game hasn't got on track, except for that last series that we saw. A couple completions from Broas to Andrews and Newman for first half stats of 5 for 12, 79 yards, Peter Broas. They got to get that passing game back on track. That's the only way they can win. That's their bread and butter all year long, and they have to do it once again this afternoon against Moravian.
We'd like to express our thanks to Ray Robinson, representing the High Lift Division of Clark Lift Services Incorporated, 3075 Avenue B in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, for their help in the production of our program, providing that marvelous forklift that is being used to give you some of the high-angle shots. And we thank Ray Robinson and all the great people at High Lift for providing that public service to our Lehigh Valley community today. Joe Gooman, comment on the first half.
Well, Shel, I think, as Rob said, Muhlenburg has not been able to get their passing game going, and I think that's a credit to the defense of Moravian. They have been keeping excellent pressure on the Muhlenburg quarterback. They have not given him an opportunity except in the few passes that they completed in the last 2 minutes of the game. So I think the defense of Moravian, offensively, of course, the Moravian offensive line has done an excellent job blocking, giving Jim Joseph and Jim Dana the opportunities to run with the ball.
Here's Phillips teeing the ball off. Long shot coming down the field. Ball picked up by Murdoch. Bangs his way up the field, and he's piled up at about the 30-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Muhlenburg College. Dana and Joseph scored the first touchdowns of the football game and the only touchdowns of the entire game. Dana going over from the 2 and Joseph going over from the 1-yard line in the first period. Phillips converted both extra points. That's the way it was at the end of the first quarter. Neither team scored in the second period, and that's where we are now as we open up action in the third period. Muhlenburg in white, Peter Broas, co-captain and quarterback for the Mules. Peischel comes into the right slot now. Back throwing is Broas. Airs one out. Peischel is behind him. He's got it, and he may go all the way on the first play of the period, and Muhlenburg on the boards. I do not see a penalty flag, and Muhlenburg is on the boards, trailing now 14-6.
Shel, they have done that all year long. They come out in the second half trailing, and they come up with the big play as soon as they touch the ball in the second half. And this time it was Peischel. Broas back to pass. Peichel's lined up in the slot formation. Broas got a little time, a big block from McDonald, lets it fly. Peischel making a heck of a catch over his head. Bobbing a couple times, regains it. 71 yards, Broas to Peischel. Muhlenburg's first touchdown this afternoon.
A 71-yard touchdown pass from Broas to Peischel. And Mr. Peischel very happy, as is Ralph Kirschenheiter and the people at Muhlenburg. It took a long time to get on the boards, but it was done in the first play. Kick is up, got lots of distance and good for Mulroy. And with just 19 seconds gone in the third period, the score now is Moravian 14 and Muhlenburg 7.
And there's a happy Chris Peischel, Shell. Hi, Mom. He's from the Allentown area, so she's probably going to catch this telecast. He's just done a fine job all year with the big plays. And this is a typical Muhlenburg game. They're trailing at half. As soon as they touch the ball the second half, they take it for a score. And they waste very little time in the third period to get on the scoreboard.
Well, Shell, no sooner did I get done commenting about Moravian keeping the pressure on the quarterback and the job the defense has done. Muhlenburg manages to come out. Stud's got time to throw the ball, and the results were a touchdown.
14-7 football game now. Deep receivers for Moravian College. Number 30 on the right side is Ladderette. Number 33 on the corner of the picture is Amy. Amy also caught a fine pass, which set up a Moravian score in the first period of the football game. So it's a 14-7 game. And Mulroy will kick it off from the 40-yard line. Kick comes down the field. Ladderette standing at the 10-yard line, coming right up the middle with it. Tries to break out of the grasp of a couple of white jerseys, and King brings him down for Muhlenburg.
Well, Dave Ladderette has been returning punts all season for the Greyhounds. He's averaged about 22 yards a return, but that time it was excellent coverage on the part of Muhlenburg defense.
Ball at the 20-yard line. First down and 10.
Come your way, JT!
Reinhardt. Hands off. Not much yardage.
Brought down by Scotty Hurst, a senior linebacker, second leading tackler on the team for the Mules.
Gain on the play of about 4. It'll be second down and 6.
Couple of Parkland graduates doing the job this afternoon, Shell, as Joseph scores for Moravian and Peischel comes right back from Muhlenburg. They were back field mates back at Parkland.
Scott Reinhardt's now got to get his team back together now to try to once again gear up this Moravian offense at the 25-yard line. Second down and 5. Ball handed to Joseph. Out of bounds up close to the 30-yard line, maybe a little bit shy. Third period action. Ball just about at the 30-yard line, a little bit shy. Call it third down and 1 yard to go. Moravian College and Muhlenburg, both teams with identical season record of 6-2. Possibility of an ECAC playoff berth, the possibility for the winner of this football game. So beside the traditional rivalry, you of course have the potential of some more football action. Ball is given to Joseph. He's not only got that first down, but he's all the way up around the 39-yard line. A pickup of 9 yards by Jimmy Joseph.
Finally brought down by John Hobby in the secondary, a sophomore cornerback. If the Mules want to get back into this game, with they're making a run at it now, they gotta shut down Joseph.
Well, Shell, again, it's just excellent blocking up front by that big offensive line. Here comes the play now. It's just a straight off tackle play, excellent blocking, good hard running.
First down and 10. To Joseph right up the middle, and he only has a yard as he moves across the 40-yard line up to about the 41-yard line. Stop made by Reiner.
Reiner, a senior out of Muncie, New York. His last game in a Mule uniform. He's the co-captain, along with Broas.
12 and a half minutes to play in the third quarter. Moravian 14, Muhlenburg 7. Here at Steel Field on the campus of Moravian College. A fine afternoon for football. Though the sun has gone down, the temperature remains in the mid-50s and very comfortable for most fans here today. High formation. Joseph is the deep back. Play action. Fake to Joseph. Reinert. Ayers went out down the field. Man there. Incomplete. Lasko nearly had that, Joe. It looked like it might have gone right through his hands. He had the defender beat momentarily. That was Hobby, but could not gather the pass in.
Well, he had a chance at it. The ball was there. It was well thrown. Just one of them things he just was unable to hold on to the ball.
3rd down and 9. Muhlenburg scoring. The first time they had their hands on the ball, and that's a big difference, Rob. The first time they had their hands on the ball in the game, they fumbled it, resulting eventually in a Moravian touchdown. First time they had their hands on the ball in the 3rd quarter to open up the 2nd half, they scored a touchdown with it. Here's Reinert back to throw again. Got some time this time, and he's got a completion and a beauty indeed to Dave Bianco down inside the 45-yard line. The ball will finally be spotted at about the 41-yard line of Muhlenburg.
That was an excellent catch by Dave. Here it is. He goes up high in the air. Good protection again by the offensive line. Well thrown ball. Dave goes up high for it. Of course, Dave has 23 receptions and 5 TDs for the season.
Another first down now for the Greyhounds. Inside Muhlenburg territory at the 44-yard line. Lasko moves in motion. Joseph has it. And Jimmy across the 45 gets down around the 43-yard line of Muhlenburg, finding about a 6-yard hole.
Reinhardt starting to mix it up very nicely, Shell, as he's working on the corners, Hobby and young Mike Miller at the other halfback, defensive halfback, and now he's throwing Josephs up the middle, so really mixing it up, keeping the Mules off balance.
Gain on the play of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. 10:58 remaining, 3rd period. 14-7, Moravian over Muhlenburg. Straight drop back. Reinert looking up the middle, and a penalty flag goes down. Pass was completed to Lasko. Looked like enough for a first down, but it may get called back.
Brought down by Tom Murdoch, free safety for Muhlenburg.
Penalty looks like the initial call will be against Moravian, and that will call back that completion.
Well, Jim Lasko is the 2nd leading receiver on the team, Shell. He too has 23 receptions for the year with 2 TDs. So he and Dave Bianco are, of course, Scott's primary targets. But once again, which seems to be the problem for the Hounds this season, they would
ineligible downfield, also loss of down.
Mike Ferguson into the game for Muhlenburg, replacing Mike Goldfarb at defensive tackle.
Ball at the 44-yard line now, so it's 3rd and 10. Looks like an obvious passing down, and Moravian now, Muhlenburg puts 5 men down. Reinert needs big yardage, fumbles the ball, and I believe Dana fell on it. Odd play. That ball went just off the fingertips of the quarterback, and Dana fell on it back at the 49-yard line, so it's a loss of 5.
Shell, it looked to me like somebody wasn't sure what the snap count was. Or either the center snapped it too soon or...
Fine punt coming upfield. Catch is made by May, and May brings the ball back to about the 9-yard line.
Moravian knows Kevin May. Last year was the opening kickoff of a 1983 game. May took it 95 yards for a touchdown. Mules only score last year, so they're very aware of Kevin May this year.
Well, it was excellent coverage on the part of Moravian. A good high kick by Sean, giving the defense an opportunity to get down and cover the punt.
Ball at the 9-yard line. Muhlenburg, of course, moved the ball from their 12 all the way down to the 9-yard line of Moravian in the 2nd period of this game, and missed a field goal. Could not get on the boards at all, and we'll see they're starting deep again here. Here's Angus McDonald, and he's got some good running room up the middle, a good gainer. Gets the ball out close to the 20-yard line.
McDonald, a prototype fullback, very tough runner, hard-nosed, gets the hard-earned yardage. And let's look at it right here. Just a simple Handoff to the fullback. McDonald right off left side between Fund and Socket and pounds his way out, maybe about 6 yards. Maybe got all of 8 or 9 yards, 2nd and 1, Shell.
He did. That second effort falling forward brought him up around 9 yards, so it's 2nd and less than a yard. McDonald in the backfield all by himself now, looking for the first down yardage, and we'll see if he got it. From here, it looks like they may be short, and we'll move to a 3rd and now perhaps a yard. The Mules had less than a yard to go on that 2nd down play.
Tight end Tommy Moyer back into the game for Bob Mann on this 3rd and short yardage situation.
9:38 remaining, 3rd quarter. Moravian 14, Muhlenburg 7. Ball at the 17-yard line of the Mules. Play action pass is complete, and it should be enough for the first down. Out of bounds on the completion to Newman.
First down.
First down.
A simple out just for the first down, Shell. They just needed a yard, got about 2, maybe 3. Tommy caught it, went right out of bounds immediately. First down, Muhlenburg.
Ball at the 23-yard line for Muhlenburg. 1st and 10. Muhlenburg in white, Moravian in blue. And everything went wrong there.
What do you know, a flag?
Well, actually, 2 of them on that play.
Newman, by the way, is the leading receiver from Muhlenburg. He's caught 28 passes coming into this game for 534 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's been dynamite all season long. He's caught 2 this afternoon for the Mules.
Illegal procedure, offense, 5 yards.
Illegal procedure penalty will set the Mules back 5, so we'll start again at 1st and 15. Ball back at the 13-yard line now for Muhlenburg in white. Pete Broas is the quarterback. Track that on the 18-yard line. McDonald is the inside man. Peischel back deep. Flat pass is complete to Mann up here at the 37, and another penalty coming up, and that may be a late hit penalty, and which will add additional yardage on for Muhlenburg. We'll take a look at that play.
All right, Pete rolling out to his right side, getting a fine block by Peischel. McDonald hits Mann right in the seam. And Bobby Mann, the freshman out of Liberty High School in Bethlehem, making a fine catch. That's number 9 on the year for Mann in receptions.
Yeah, I don't know. On that penalty, looked like there was still some progress in there when that second man came in to hit him. Here's the call.
Dead ball, personal foul, defense. First down.
Well, that's a break.
Ball brought up at the 48-yard line. Looked like that second man was just trying to stop him. But however, the referee calls it, tacks 15 more on. Muhlenburg has the ball at the 48-yard line. Big hole opened up for Angus McDonald. He's got 6 yards inside Moravian territory, down to the 46-yard line of the Hound.
Now the Mules are starting to mix it up nicely, Shell, as they're throwing McDonald up the middle, mixing in with a couple passing plays. They send Moyer in motion to the left side, as you see right here. And that draws the inside linebacker and leaves an opening for McDonald. Took a little right up the middle, and it was all Angus McDonald for about a 4-yard pickup. They call it 6.
Well, they trapped the defensive tackle, John Matko, on that play, and it was an excellent play on the part of Muhlenburg, and they got some offense going.
Ball at the 46, 2nd down and 4. Here's Broas looking to throw again. The blitz is on. A couple of tackles missed, and finally the clamp is put on by number 91, Henshaw. And it's a big loss.
Well, the pressure came from the left side, Shell, and it was a blitz. Here it comes. We'll see it. It's Chris Glacken coming in there first, 41, and then Charlie Malatesta, and Bob Henshaw putting the finishing touches.
Ball back to the 40-yard line now, where we have a 3rd and 19 to go. 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. Moravian leading 14-7. Muhlenburg with the ball. Play action fake to Peischel. Pass is then dropped on the screen. The fake was to Peischel, and he went through, and the pass was underthrown and off his fingertips, incomplete, and it'll be a 4th down punting situation on 4th and 19 with 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Dave Brahman into the game to do the punting for Muhlenburg.
Ball at the 41-yard line. Kick coming up the field. Amy with the ball. Tries to pick up some blocking down there and gets up around the 35-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds.
Well, the Mules are starting to get something going offensively, and these got to rise the occasion here and stop Moravian because they are still down 14-7. Got to get the ball back.
Ball at the 35. Scott Reinhardt brings the team out. Lasko moves in motion. Joseph goes in the deep back position in the eye as they set. Bootleg. Reinhardt keeping the ball. And managed to get around one man. That was Hirsch, but the second man dropped him.
Joe Thomas on the pursuit, the senior from Whitehall, Pennsylvania.
Shell, that's just a keeper play. Scott's been running the ball in there off tackle, and all you do is simply show the same play. He just tucks the ball himself and tries to beat it around the corner. At that time, of course, Muhlenburg defense did very well.
Ball at the 36-yard line, second down and 9. Joseph, first down yardage and a lot more. A gain of 12 yards as he brings the ball up to the Greyhound 47-yard line.
Well, Moravian simply puts the strength of the left side. Good, excellent blocking again by the offensive line. Lead block there by Dana, and of course Joseph reads the blocks well, finds the daylight, and gets an excellent gain.
4:53 remaining in the third period. Pitches to Joseph again, looking for some room. Has about 4 more yards as he crosses the 50-yard line into Muhlenburg territory at the 48.
Brought down by Hirsch once again. Hirsch, by the way, was the leading tailback when he was a senior at Parkland High. He was backed up by no other than Josephs. So those two have seen each other before.
Ball at the 47-yard line, second down and 4. Joseph falls down this time as he tries to find his way through the white jerseys, and on the play it'll be a loss of a yard.
Well, he just lost his footing, Shell, but he had some excellent blocking over there. He may have gotten something out of that had he not slipped.
And it'll be a 3rd and 5 situation for the Greyhounds. Moravian scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Muhlenburg scored a touchdown on the opening play of the third period. And that's where we are now, 14-7 in favor of the Greyhounds in blue. Both teams' records are 6-2. Lasko moves in motion. Flag down. Pass is thrown. And let's see, it's completed, but a penalty flag falls down, and it may get called back. It probably will be against Moravian.
Reinhardt continues to work on freshman cornerback Mike Miller, only starting his 2nd game of the season. He knows where the weak spot is.
Well, it was an excellent catch by Dave Bianco, but all for naught, as you pointed out, Shell. There again, these penalties plaguing the Greyhounds.
Motion on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, back in motion, and we'll start it again at 3rd and 10 with 3:15 remaining in the third period. Bianco out wide left. Lasko comes in motion this side. And Reinhardt's going to air it out again. Up the middle, ball deflected and nearly intercepted. Lasko tried to get the ball, but he was down on the ground. He had already been dropped down there by Farrell. He was the intended receiver, and it's 4th down and 10.
Excellent rush by Thomas and Reiner on that play. Did give Reinhardt any time to get the pass off.
Murdoch and May are the 2 deep backs for Muhlenburg. We'll see if there's a run back. May has it, and he is going to be dropped right away.
Well, once again, Shell, there's the flag on the field.
Yeah, leave hit!
Up at the area of the reception of the kick.
Standing up!
Again, Sean Phillips hung the ball high, so it gives Moravian an opportunity to get down and cover.
It is it's a roughing penalty. Personal foul, Moravian, Shell.
Personal foul penalty on Moravian, and will be stepping off the yardage. Good pass coverage down there by the Hounds, and what was no run back at all turns into this.
We have a dead ball, personal foul against the blue. First down.
Ball at the 32-yard line. Peischel and McDonald are the two deep backs for the Muhlenburg Mules. Now Peischel moves into the slot on the right side. On the option, the ball is kept by Broas. Had a little running room, but he was stopped by Henshaw.
Well, that was a smart play by Broas, as defensive end Henshaw was reading the option right off the bat. And for the first time all afternoon, Pete decided to keep it himself, fake the option. He got a nice block out there by Art Kopaz, the right tackle. And he turned it inside, got a couple. It'll be a 2nd and 6 for Muhlenburg.
Ball at the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Broas, short flare pass, and it may be enough for the first down. Right near the first down marker. The pass was completed to Andrews. Jeff Andrews from Emmaus, Pennsylvania at 165, and it is a first down.
Nice play once again by Broas. Man was in motion, drew the defense, left Andrews open for his little out, and just enough for the first down.
Ball up at the 44-yard line now for Muhlenburg. 1:46 remaining.
Number 22, Shell, Jim Woolner, is now in the secondary for the Greyhounds.
Moyer in motion. Ball is given to Angus McDonald, and he has 6 yards straight up the middle. Defensive stop made by Malatesta.
McDonald doing a heck of a job right here in the second half. Pounds up the middle, a big gain. And McDonald is a 5'11", 190-pounder out of Wyckoff, New Jersey. Played his high school ball at Ramapo High.
Ball at the 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. Man moves in motion, rolling left, fakes short, throws long, man there, nearly intercepted. Pass was nearly intercepted by Dartnell, Tommy Dartnell from Flanders, New Jersey. Nearly picked off that pass that was intended for Newman.
Broas forced the issue somewhat, Shell, as Newman was open for a split second. However, Dartnell was on him like a blanket, and Peter just forced the pass, I think. Moyer is back into the game for Muhlenburg, replacing Bobby Mann.
3rd down and 4.
Well, Tommy had an opportunity to pick up his 3rd interception for the season. Just let it get away from him.
Ball still at the 49-yard line. 2nd man, Peischel. Peischel fighting for the first down yardage, and he may have it down around the Greyhound 45-yard line.
Muhlenburg really starting to run the ball in the second half, Shell. They only had 29 yards on 12 carries in the first half. However, McDonald and now Peischel starting to find the holes.
Time running down. Perhaps time for one more play. 2, perhaps, if Boas decides to go to the air. Ball at the 45-yard line. That may be the end of the period. I guess the scoreboard clock was about 15 seconds slow, and the 3rd quarter does end with the score 14-7, Moravian out in front. We'll have the 4th and final quarter coming up in just a moment.
Hello, I'm Will Lyman.
And I'm Linda Harris. We hope that you'll join us for On the Money, a lively look at everything you can do with your money.
From mutual funds to municipal bonds. From health care to how to choose a stockbroker. We'll show you sound ways to spend and invest.
Be sure to join us for On the Money, an entertaining education on what you can do with what you have.
Breathing Easy is a special designed to encourage teens to join the non-smoking generation. The Variety Style program features Joan Van Ark of Knots Landing, Mark Harmon of St. Elsewhere, and Casey Kasem, host of radio's America Top 40 and TV's American Top 10. That's Breathing Easy, Wednesday at 9 p.m. here on Channel 39.
On Wednesday at 8, the series The Brain will unravel the mysteries of learning and memory. Don't miss it here on membership-supported Channel 39.
Back to the fourth quarter action here at Steele Field on the campus of Moravian College. There goes the flag down. The chase is on. Bro is running, looking. Now he's going to keep the ball. He's back to the original line, and he is thumped hard as he gets down around the 45-yard line, but a penalty flag went down.
Well,
a really rock'em start by Wallner.
Jimmy Wallner
really hit
put the hit on him. Of course, he eluded the rush by Henshaw. Was able to get outside. Of course, we'll have to wait and see again what that flag brings.
Penalty flag down.
They take a long time in deciding the penalties here, show. We're left waiting a lot here.
That's probably because they need a computer to keep up with them, I guess, because I wonder what the all-time record for most flags in one game is. They've been flying all over the field against both teams.
Offside, defense.
Offside penalty on the Hounds, so it'll be 1st and 5. Ball right at the 40-yard line. Fourth and final period here at Steele Field. Shel Siegel bring you the play-by-play action. Joe Gooman, the color commentary for Moravian. Rob Shue, the color commentary for Muhlenburg College. We're in the fourth and final period. The Greyhounds leading 14-7 over the Mules. Muhlenburg trying to get back in it. The pitch is to Peischel. Peischel runs out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
Peischel picking up a couple. Don't be surprised to see Kirchenheiter mixing it up a little bit on that quick option of Peischel. If the secondary man overcommits himself, don't be surprised to see him throw the ball.
I'd like to express our thanks to the fine people at Muhlenburg College for their help in the production of our program. Dr. Jonathan Messerly, president of Muhlenburg. Ralph Kirchenheiter, director of athletics. Bob Clark, director of college relations at Muhlenburg. And Wells Laub, sports information director. We'll acknowledge the people at Moravian in just a moment. Broas straightens up, fires. He's got a completion to Newman. Down deep into Moravian territory. Around the 20-yard line.
Great pass pattern, great throw. We'll see it right here. Man is lined up in the slot position. Tom Newman, a quick slant in. Broas spots him as #1 receiver. He's got him on the money. And that's enough for the first and then some. Mules threatening once again. Tommy Newman's third reception this afternoon.
Ball at the 20-yard line now. As Muhlenburg, getting back into this football game, trailed 14-0, put one on the board in the opening moment of the third period, now looking to tie up the game. Broas is being chased, and finally he's brought down. He just ran out of field and will suffer a loss of about 5 yards on the play.
Well, Shell Moravian had a safety blitz on that time. They brought Jimmy Wallner right up the middle, and of course, he did get to the quarterback, but his pressure forced the bad play.
Ball at the 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Miller out wide left. Check that. Langdon out wide left now. Back goes Boas, looking for Langdon. There's the pitch. Thrown. It's complete to Mann.
Nice catch by Bobby Mann. As you said, Shell, Langdon looked like the intended receiver. Brought the secondary in with him. Left Mann kind of open on the left side of the field. Mann was running sort of a square out from the slot back position. Broas saw him looking at the field very nicely as he threw to Mann as secondary receiver.
Once again, good coverage by Jimmy Wallner, and he's certainly making his presence felt out there on the field.
3rd down. 9 yards to go for Muhlenburg.
Let's go,
Ball at the 19-yard line. Pass right up the middle, complete. That was Newman again.
Tommy Newman just doing the job all year long. That's the reception number 32 on the year. Originally he wanted to dump that a little quicker, Shell, but he held on to it. Tommy got by the linebackers and brought it all the way down. Tommy did to the 3-yard line. Mules first and goal from the 2, let's call it.
Ball just outside the 3-yard line. First down, goal to go for Muhlenburg. Angus McDonald down around the 1-yard line. And that's all.
Different Muhlenburg team this second half as they're really starting to throw the ball nicely. Didn't get a chance to get it on track in the first half. And it looks like they may tie the game up here. 2 yards to go for second down and goal to go.
Ball at the 2.
You have to run,
11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the game. Moravian leading 14-7, but Muhlenburg just 2 yards away from potentially tying up or perhaps going ahead in this game.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch, and into the end zone goes Mann.
Well, that's a brand new play, Shell. Bobby Mann, a flanker, came around the outside, and hopefully we'll see this one more time. Bobby Mann, the freshman from Liberty High in Bethlehem. Ralph Kirchenheimer not afraid to mixing it up here. Here's the play. The ball is on the 2-yard line. Mann is on your right side of the screen. You can't see him. He's in a slot back position. Here he comes. Broas quickly pitches it to Mann. And Bobby Mann on his first carry of the year. High hurdles into the end zone. Mules down 1 with Mulroy here to set the kick.
And the extra point try by Mulroy is up. It's good. And we are tied at 14-14 with 11:24 remaining in the game. Time in for Rob Shue from Muhlenburg.
Okay, Shell. Muhlenburg's basketball team is going to Europe. That's right. Next August, the Mules will travel to England, Belgium, and the Netherlands for 12 days of sightseeing and 5 exhibition games against foreign club teams. Funding in support of the trip is being generated in conjunction with next weekend's Scotty Wood basketball tournament at Muhlenburg. Corporate sponsorships, private donations, and game receipts will all go towards defraying the individual's expenses of this priceless educational and athletic trip. Your attendance is at next week's games will help. If you're interested in supporting the European trip to a greater extent, contact Coach Steve Moore at Muhlenburg College.
We want to remind you, football fans, that next week, WLVT Channel 39 will present Lehigh Lafayette football live, the 120th game, next Saturday starting at 11:30 a.m. in the morning here on Channel 39. Lehigh Lafayette football live, the 120th meeting. Kick comes down the field, picked up by Laderet, still on his feet, and gets out around the 24-yard line.
Well, it was an excellent return by Laderet, Shell. He's been doing that with good regularity all season. As I said, he's averaging about 22 yards a return. But now the Moravian Greyhounds are going to have to get their offensive going. We talked about momentum. I would have to say that that old momentum is now in the favor of the Muhlenburg Mules.
Watch the long pass!
Ball at the 25-yard line. Ball is carried by Joseph. Fights his way up close to the 30-yard line.
Brought down by defensive end Nagel and helped out by Thomas, who looks like he was hurt on the play.
I'd like to express our thanks to the people at Moravian College for their help in the production of our program, to Dr. Herman Collier, president of the college, Cliff Cuck, director of sports information and public information, Doug Plotz, director of buildings and grounds, along with Tom Guth, and to Susan Gangwer, who helped to put together the halftime program for Moravian College. Gain on the play of about 3 as Joseph carries.
Tripped up by Goldfarb, finished up by Mike Ferguson and Nagel.
On the score by quarters of this game, you can really see the way the complexion of the game has turned around. It looked like Moravian was going to kind of blow the Mules away, but Muhlenburg really rallied back strongly. That third period touchdown coming on the opening play of the third quarter, and then you just saw Mann going over to tie up the game.
Well, Shell, is an important down right here for the Greyhounds.
3rd down and 4. Straight drop back. Reinhardt looks up the middle. He's got a completion. Pass completed to...
That's completed to Jerry Nadishin, the tight end.
On the ball.
That's going to be close, Shell, as I think they're going to call it. They're giving it to him. It was very close.
Here it is. It's just a quick look into the tight end, just enough to get the first down. And I said
he actually fell back, Joe. I think that's what happened. He caught the ball right up at the 30 and then was pushed back to about the 28. So his forward progress gives the Hounds the ball up at the 30. Clock continues to tick down. Under 10 minutes remaining in this game. We're tied at 14-14. Ball at the 35. Pass right out here on the sidelines is complete to Lasko, still on his feet, and he is knocked out of bounds around midfield.
Well, it was just a good square-out pattern and well-thrown ball. Here it is. Scott drops back. Good protection. Sets up. Releases the ball quick. Jimmy makes a good move to the inside. Picks up some extra yardage.
Ball right at the 50. 9 minutes remaining in the game. Moravian and Muhlenburg tied at 14. Winner of this game comes away with a final season record of 7-2 and the potential of perhaps an ECAC playoff berth. The loser finishes their season at 6-3, which is no disgrace either. Both teams having superb records coming in. Reinhardt starts right, comes left, and goes out of bounds, and after that manages to pick up 2 yards. Gets the ball down to the 48-yard line.
Sun's starting to break through again, Shell. Once again, an excellent block by the offensive guard from Moravian as Reiner was right on Reinhardt's heels. A good pickup for Reinhardt.
The Moravian pass receivers now would have that sun in their eyes if they try to look up, because it's starting to set down on the west side of the field, which puts it into the eyes of the Muhlenburg defensive team. But of course, when you're going downfield, you're looking the other way. Ball at the 47. Lasko in motion. Joseph. He manages to make a lot of yardage out of what looks like absolutely nothing. Up the middle for 6 yards. Inside the 45, down to the Mules 42.
Well, Shell, it's just excellent blocking up front again by Billy Shoemaker, the guard, and Ken Franiak, the tackle, and of course the lead block by Matt Bolesky.
3rd down and 2. 8:14 remaining in the game. 3rd down and 2. Joseph got the, well, I don't know. He's down around the 40-yard line. It'll be very close to where they ever set the ball. It looks like it'll be enough for the first down, or are they going to measure? Let's see. The ball is just inside the 40.
Let's get a good spot, huh?
Shell, that time Moravian went to an unbalanced line to the left, wanting to put more power and more strength to that side of the line, and then Joseph just broke the play back to the short side, and of course we have to wait and see if he's got enough for the first down.
Yes, he does. First down. And so Moravian will pick up 4 more first down plays, 4 more plays in the 1st and 10. The ball at the 40.
If the Mules do finish at a 7-2 clip this year, Shell, that would be the best record for Ralph Kirchenheiter in his 4 years at Muhlenberg. His first year they went 3-6, then 4-5 and 6-3 last year, and this year they could finish 7-2, and continued progress by Ralph Kirchenheiter doing a fine job with Muhlenberg.
I think they got back, but no, they didn't. The penalty flag is down. The ball is carried. It'll be a gain on the play of 4 yards for Moravian.
Shell, once again, they went to an unbalanced set and ran into the strength of the unbalanced line.
Penalty against the Mules. Undoubtedly will be taken by the Hounds.
Don't need these mental mistakes at this stage in the game. Well, Shell, with 7:19 left, tie score.
Ball is at the 33 now, and it'll be moved back. And finally spotted at the 35-yard line.
Defense offside, first down.
Well, Shell, Moravian chose to take a penalty, obviously, giving them another additional down in this series to make
First
the
down and 5. Joseph is the deep back for the Hounds. And there's a fumble on the snap. That's the second time that happened, Joe.
Again, that must be someone just isn't sure what the snap count is, and it's pretty hard to understand why the center would have difficulty remembering the snap count.
Actually, Reinhardt wasn't even behind him. Reinhardt was kind of ready to walk up casually to the line of scrimmage. Before he knew it, the ball was laying there, and he jumped on it.
Well, Rob alluded to the fact that you can't afford mental mistakes at this point in the game, and there's one that just cost them a down.
It's a 2nd down and 6 situation with 6 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the game. The game tied at 14-14. Moravian in blue moving the ball. Here's Joseph trying to turn the outside. He breaks one tackle after another, and he's finally hustled out of bounds by Murdoch, but not before he's got another first down inside the 25-yard line of the Mules.
Well, once again, Shell, they're going to an unbalanced set, and they're running to that unbalanced side. Gives you an extra blocker over there, and I'm not sure if you'll hear it is. We can see the unbalance to that side. There's a lead block again by Matt Valesky, and Jimmy just breaks to the outside and turns it into an excellent play. Again, good blocking up front.
Ball is at the 25. 1st and 10. 6:25 remaining in the game. Moravian scored in the first period of this football game 2 touchdowns. They've been blank since. And Joseph fumbles the ball at the last moment, and I believe the Mules have recovered.
Free safety Tommy Murdoch on the recovery, Shell.
On the 18-yard line.
Well, that is not what you wanted at this point in time. Again, it was a good play. That time they ran to the short side of the formation and away from the unbalanced side. Here it is.
Joseph picked
Jimmy
up some
breaks
good yardage
back
on
inside,
this play before he fumbled it.
and the ball is just stripped.
So the ball is on the 18-yard line, and the Mules have a long distance to go. But bear in mind, as Rob Shue mentioned, their kicker has, what's the long for him?
47 this year.
47 yards, so they don't have to get in too close to perhaps put 3 points on the board and win this football game. Ball carried close to the 20-yard line. 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the football game.
John Motko and Chuck Malatesta on the stop. Again, the defense is going to have to rise to the occasion here for the Greyhounds.
Ball at the 20-yard line on the run by McDonald. Back goes Broas. Looking to throw. Finally gets it away to Peischel in a desperation pass, but that could have been a lot worse. As the pass is completed, Broas on that safety net pass completes it to Peischel.
Well, once again, Shell, the pressure was there. Good pressure by Chuck Malatesta and John Motko, forcing them to throw the ball. And, of course, an excellent hit by Bob Henshaw, who, by the way, is the leading tackler for the Hounds with 54.
Gain on the play of 1 yard on that pass play by Broas, which could have resulted in a loss of perhaps 10 yards. So it's 3rd down and 9.
You gotta hit the tight end.
Broas looking to throw. Got a little time this time. Now he's being chased, and he is finally down and deep in Muhlenburg territory, and the Hounds will pick up excellent field position here.
That hurts, Shell, because Jeff Andrews was wide open downfield. Broas saw him, just did not have the time to set up. As you see him rolling left here, at one point, he got a little time here. Andrews finally gets open. He's about set to throw it, but he just didn't get a chance to.
Punt from the 10-yard line. Running the ball back now is Latterette. Still on his feet, straight arms a couple of people and brings it down inside the 45-yard line. So we've got 4:18 remaining in the game, and the Hounds have the ball at the 45.
Nice coverage by reserve linebacker Dougie Peebles in that play, Shell.
That was excellent defensive series that time for the Hounds. They needed that. Of course, they got the ball now again in Muhlenburg territory in good field position. Hopefully they won't give it up this time.
Ball at the 45. 4:18 remaining in the game. Scott Reinhardt has been at quarterback the entire afternoon, as has Pete Broas for Muhlenburg. A couple of plays, Reinhardt was out of the lineup. Pass is thrown, and it's complete to Bianco. And Bianco's got the first down around the 25-yard line.
Well, it was an excellent throw. Here it is, Shell. Straight drop back, little play action fake. Sets up well, delivers the ball, and of course Dave goes up, makes a nice catch, which he's been doing all season long.
Ball is finally marked on the 26-yard line. With 3 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the game, Moravian tied with Muhlenburg at 14-14. As the Hounds get down into field goal range at this moment. The fake pitch. Reinhardt keeps, throws, man there, overthrown. Just out of the reach of the intended receiver, which was Bianco. Bianco was in the end zone, but the ball was thrown out.
Well, it's just a little naked bootleg where he fakes one way, rolls out to the right, and of course he had Dave open. Just overthrew him.
And it's evident, of course, that Reinhardt is trying to throw the ball as low as he can so as to prevent the interception. In that case, it was just too low, and there's no way Bianco could get his hands on it. Now Bianco goes out wide along with Lasko. The ball is to Joseph, and Joseph this time is going to be stopped. One of the few times that Jim has been stopped for little or no yardage. Reiner with some good pursuit.
And helped out by Joe Thomas. I'll tell you, Shell, Moravian's offense reminds me a lot of Muhlenberg in that Reinhardt and Broas are very similar, and Lasko and Bianco are equivalent to Andrews and Newman. We see similar passing plays with the two offenses.
Ball on the 26-yard line. Third down, 10 yards to go. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the game. I think Moravian would like to get that ball in just a little bit closer than this for that field goal. We have a timeout. And let's take time in for Joe Gooman.
Thank you, Shell. Moravian College proudly announces a new addition to its academic offerings, the MBA program. This graduate program in business administration has been designed with the highly motivated professional student in mind. Classes are scheduled in the evening or on Saturday mornings. Further information can be obtained by contacting Moravian's Division of Continuing Studies. Applications for the first class are now being accepted.
We want to remind you that next Saturday afternoon, or actually next Saturday morning, a big event in Lehigh Valley football. The 120th meeting between Lehigh and Lafayette. And that telecast will start at 11:30 a.m. next Saturday. And the broadcast will be repeated on Sunday morning. That game, by the way, will be telecast nationally via satellite to over 20 cities throughout the United States. That will be next week's Lehigh-Lafayette game will be broadcast locally and nationally by WLVT Channel 39. Third down and 10. Big offensive play coming up. Reinhardt looking, throwing, and it is intercepted! Intercepted by Hobby, who pulled it out of the hat for Muhlenburg.
Interception number 2 on the year for John Hobby. Hobby's a sophomore from Whitecloth, New Jersey. Great defensive play. We'll see it right here.
Well, Scott sets up. He's trying to go to Jimmy Lasko, and the ball's thrown well in there, but the defender just steps right in front and takes it away and kills another Moravian drive.
John Hobby, interception number 2. The first one came against Ursinus a couple weeks ago, playing a fine defensive second half.
Ball at the 5-yard line. Long distance to go. Heischel bounces off a couple of carriers. Brings the ball out about 5 yards to the 10-yard line. And time, of course, becomes a very big factor because Pete Broas really has a long distance to go here. Just 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the game. He just wants to get close enough to provide room for the kick, but and of course Moravian knows that, and they're going to try to keep the Mules back down on their side of the field. Here's Broas looking, finally airs one out, open man, it's complete. Man, Bobby Mann.
That was a fantastic catch by Mann. Mann, of course, scores the touchdown a couple minutes back on the run, and a great catch by Mann. As you said, the open man downfield was Bobby Mann. Peter rolling to his right side, heavily pursued once again by the ends. Got it off just in time. Mann making a heck of a catch, leaping, and then got walloped as he came down with the ball.
28-yard line, first down and 10.
Reception number 10 on the year for Bobby Mann, an average of 18.9 yards per grab.
Our thanks and appreciation also again to Ray Robinson and the fine people at the High Lift Division of Clark Lift Services. 3075 Avenue B here in Bethlehem for providing the lift being used for the coverage of today's game and the placement of a high camera. We hope that wherever you are, you're enjoying today's game. This, of course, the big traditional battle between Muhlenburg and Moravian going down to the final moments.
Couldn't ask for a better game, Shell. Nice afternoon, 14-14 score with 2:14 left in the contest. Both teams are 6-2.
Well, there were moments in that first period, Rob, I know you'll agree, when Muhlenburg wondered if we were going to have a blowout on our hands here. 14-0 in the first period. Muhlenburg has scrapped back, tied up the game, now have the ball at the 28-yard line and about 2 minutes to see if they can't work it in close enough to perhaps put 3 on the board and win it. Here's Broas looking. He's got some running room. Now he throws it, and it's overthrown. Open man was Moyer. Tommy Moyer actually had him beat from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania. Tight end, 6'2", Southern Lehigh High School young man, and had he got that, that ball would have been down into Moravian territory at the 45. Instead, it's an incomplete pass.
Bro is shaking his head. I'm wondering if Peter should have tucked that and kept it himself. He had some open room in front of him.
2 minutes and 8 seconds now remain in the game as the clock stops. The ball's still up on the 28-yard line. Here's Broas back again, and he is down. Stop made by Matko with a fine tackle, great defensive effort.
Well, Shell, Moravian's problem at this point is not just trying to stop Muhlenburg. They too have to hope to get the ball back and see if they can't get down close enough or well enough to try and attempt the field goal. So they got a twofold problem. You just can't sit back now and sort of just play pass and not let the ball be thrown deep, because you also want to try and see if you can't get the ball back so that you have an opportunity to score and win the game.
John Matko with a fine tackle, young man from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, 6'4", 230 pounds. One of the biggest young men on the field, and he came up with a fine defensive play. Third down and 19 with just 2 minutes to go. Back goes Broas, slips, regains his balance, trying to run with it, and he is finally down.
That's a heck of an effort by Broas.
Henshaw.
Broas not getting a lot of time. He's got a young, inexperienced front line, his offensive line. They're all going to be back next year, have a lot of potential, but they're still young and really tested this afternoon by this experienced Moravian defensive front five.
Back at the 10-yard line. Now watch this pursuit by Henshaw, 79. He just doesn't give up on Broas. Broas nearly goes down there. One missed tackle. Now you'll notice Henshaw closing in, and he's just not going to let go.
Broas is playing with a damaged collarbone, so anytime Pete goes down like that, you have to fear for his safety.
Now, let's go.
Fine play by John Matko, and with that play, we move down to 125. So John Matko has come up with two very key defensive plays here to contain Muhlenburg and give Moravian one more shot at winning this football game. Ball at the 10, being kicked from the end zone, and it's not a good kick, although it does take a good bounce, and it finally brought in and out of bounds, as stepping out of bounds with the ball is number 33, Colin Amy. We have 1:18 to go.
Well, Colin did a smart thing there, Shelley. He fielded the ball and just quickly stepped out of bounds so he would stop the clock instead of just standing around and letting the ball bounce, which of course would just run time off the clock as well.
Ball is at the 43-yard line. Moravian now with an opportunity to win. Scott Reinhardt brings the team out. Ball is given to Dvorak. Going right up the middle. Dean Dvorak from Parsippany, New Jersey. 1:04 remaining. Gain on the play of 6 yards. 2nd down and 4. Ball at the 37-yard line. Reinhardt's pass is complete right in the middle to Lasko. 1st down. And once again, the Hounds move down very quickly.
Well, Moravian going to their
23.
Going to their 2-minute offense, Shell. This is something you work on and you practice on every day.
Ball at the 23, 50 seconds remaining. And that should stop the clock if he managed to go out of bounds. Down at the 16-yard line, play completed to Lasko. And that will stop the clock with 46 seconds remaining. A 2nd down and 6. And this one is going right down to the final seconds of this football game.
Well, Shell, a 7-2 finish and a possible playoff berth is at stake right now with 46 ticks left on the clock. Moravian looking good right about now.
Ball at the 16. Dvorak is the inside man. Joseph back deep. Reinhardt's the quarterback. The give is to Joseph, and he gets down around the 15, and we may get a timeout called here. Although they look like they're just going to do a hurry-up offense. Reinhardt steps in again with 35 seconds remaining. Back goes Reinhardt, looking end zone, and it's off the fingertips of the intended receiver, which was Bianco, and that will stop the clock with 26 seconds to go. 4th down, 4 yards to go. And we're going to have
Sean
the
Phillips
field goal attempt by Sean Phillips. Phillips' kick.
Moravian hasn't attempted too many
Will
field
be
goals
from
all
the
season.
24-yard line. The kick is up. It's got the distance. It is good.
Well, that was an excellent drive by Moravian using their 2-minute offense. Got the ball down in close enough to give Sean an attempt.
We've got a penalty flag down on the field, folks, and I don't know if anybody notices it. It may be against Muhlenburg, which will allow it. The whole Moravian team came out on the field as Phillips kicked the field goal. I believe the penalty will be against Muhlenburg and will, of course, be declined.
A tough break from Muhlenberg. Shell played so well in this 2nd half, brought it back to a 14-14 game, and the foot of Sean Phillips might decide this outcome with 22 seconds left.
We have a dead ball, personal foul over here. Then we have a dead ball demonstration over here. It's going to be 2 separate 15-yard penalties.
A dead ball demonstration, folks, and a penalty against Moravian for running out on the field before the game was concluded. And I have never seen that. I don't know, Joe, you've seen a lot of football. Did you ever see a dead ball demonstration?
No, I did not. That's a first for me as well, Shell, but it's certainly not the kind of things you want to be doing now. You're going to give Muhlenberg, that's 30 yards, instead of kicking the ball from the 40.
They're going to kick it from, my goodness, 25-yard line. And there still is 22 seconds remaining in the game. Now they're there. He's still moving with it. We're going to see a kickoff from the 8-yard line or thereabouts.
Well, the
11-yard line.
The first one was 15 yards. The second one was also a 15-yard penalty, but it's inside the 25, so it's only half the distance to the goal. But the point I'm making is now Moravian is going to kick, but they're going to give Muhlenberg the ball possibly somewhere around midfield or even into their own territory.
Well, this is the first time, Rob, you've seen a lot of football. Did you ever see a kickoff from the 8-yard line before?
I have not.
The 11?
I have not, Shell, but I got 22 seconds left. Don't be surprised. Murdoch and May both have the ability to break the long ball. May has returned a kick against Moravian in the past 95 yards.
Of course, time is a factor. They may want to get to the sideline very, very quickly. And, of course, that might give them a couple of pass plays or at least an opportunity to tie it up with a field goal. And so let's see what happens with this kickoff, which will be from the 8-yard line. And it's a fine kick, coming up the field. Mai is trying to get out of bounds. Does he or not? I think he did run out of bounds, but I tell you, Phillips really saved the day for the Hounds. A penalty flag is down.
Well, Shelley kicked the field goal to give him the go-ahead, and that kickoff was very important there, and getting the ball as deep as he could.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, I believe, coming up on Moravian with 15 seconds to go. And so the light still flickers for Muhlenburg. Time for perhaps 2 pass plays or a pass play and a quick timeout. Let's see.
Personal foul over here. First down.
Ball is at the 42-yard line of Moravian College. 15 seconds remaining in the game. Moravian leads 17-14. And it all comes down right now in the final 15 seconds of the game. Broas is the quarterback. He's back to throw, looking, throwing. He's got a completion, but he's staying in bounds. And now the timeout is called on the completion to Andrews with 8 seconds to go.
A fine catch by Andrews. Muhlenburg. It looks like they're going to live and die by the pass. They got him 6 victories this year, and they're going to live or die by it. Broas back to pass. A key block by McDonald, as you see. Andrews on an out pattern. He caught it, as Shell said, couldn't get out of bounds, couldn't keep his balance, and called the timeout. 8 seconds left, probably one more play. They are within field goal range if they want to go for the tie, but you don't go for the tie now.
Well, you know, if you complete a pass anywhere inside, you've got to get that timeout fast, and it depends how long it takes to set up the play. And so the big decision is, does Muhlenburg have 1 play here or 2?
Well, and as Rob pointed out,
they obviously think they got 2, Rob, because they're setting up here with the ball at the 28-yard line. They may feel they've got to get in a little bit closer. They're going to have to call an instant timeout. Probably a short look in here is maybe what Muhlenburg may have in mind. The clock ticking down. Let's see. Throw is back. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2. He runs out of bounds with 1 second to go. And now there is no choice left.
And they're saying the time has run out, Shell.
Does it? The game is over. They're not going to get a chance. The scoreboard clock said a minute, but the officials a second, but the officials said at the beginning of the game that the official time will be kept on the field and it would not be kept on the scoreboard. And
Kirchenheiter says the game is not over. He is hot, and he's going to get to the bottom of this.
Well, apparently there seems to be some question as to whether or not there is any time remaining.
The thing that I think you have to bear in mind is that at the beginning of the game, you heard the officials say that the time will be kept on the field. The scoreboard clock is not official unless we tell you it is not official. So I guess a lot of it has to do with whether or not the coaches were informed that the scoreboard clock was off by 1 second. And that's really what it all has to do with. And there's a discussion going on as to whether or not there is a second or whether or not there isn't. And I tell you, this football game had absolutely everything in it, and we're not sure it's over yet.
Well, Shell, you're exact. You know, they have to determine whether or not the clock on the scoreboard is the official time or not. And apparently, in all my years here at Moravian, it has never been designated as the official clock. The official time was always kept on the field.
And it looks like, as the referee has explained to Kirchenheiter, the clock has run out. The game is over. Moravian will win this contest 17-14, Shell. Tough loss for Muhlenburg, the way it happened.
It really is. It is a tough loss for Muhlenburg. The Mules really gamely came back in this game. It looked like they were going to really be blown out of the ballpark, trailing 14-0 in the first period as a result of a couple of plays. And you can see those 14 points were all put on the board in the first 12 minutes of this game. And then in the second period, there was no scoring. Muhlenburg came back in the third quarter, scoring on the first play of the third period. Then the Mules tied it up, and then in the closing seconds, Sean Phillips kicked a field goal to win it for Moravian, and then the Mules nearly had that last shot at it. And I think a lot of it, Rob, had to do with the fact on that completed pass to Andrews, he just couldn't get out of bounds. I think had he gotten out of bounds, it would have been a pickup of maybe 4 or 5 more seconds.
That's very true, Shell. But anytime you come from this far behind and within striking distance, it's a tough loss. You feel bad for the seniors on Muhlenburg. Moravian played a great game. Josephs ran the ball very well. They got exceptional defensive standouts in Henshaw and Lewis. They just did a great job. Great game all in all. You couldn't ask for a better one.
Final comment, Joe Gooman.
Well, Shell, as Rob already indicated, was an excellent football game, I thought. And the first half was certainly all Moravian. Moravian dominated the first half, and it did look like Moravian was going to have their way the entire ball game. They were handling Muhlenburg the first half. However, the second half begins, and of course, there's a complete turnaround. Muhlenburg gets its offense going. The next thing you know, we've got a tie ball game on our hands. Moravian did have 2 opportunities in the second half to go in and score. They drove down, lost the first drive by a fumble. The next time they had their hands on the ball, they gave up the interception. So they did have opportunities to score in the second half, but it was an excellently played game. I was impressed with Muhlenburg's quarterback, Probst. He's a fine athlete. He can certainly throw the ball well, and I don't think either one of these teams have anything to be ashamed of today.
Absolutely right. And so the Muhlenburg team concludes their season with a record of 6-3. Moravian concludes their season with a record of 7-2. Don't forget, next week, Lehigh Lafayette football live on Channel 39 starting at 11:30 a.m. next Saturday morning. And so we hope you've enjoyed the telecast of today's game, won by Moravian College 17-14. Until next time, this is Shel Siegel, along with Rob Shue and Joe Gooman, saying so long from Moravian Steel Field in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.